Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Vampire the Masquerade Burn It Down. I am your storyteller, Scott, and these are my lovely players. Say hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So I'm McKenna. I play Cadence, the Chaos Gremlin Gangrel, and I'm looking forward to having fun with you all tonight.
Yay.
My name is James Davey. I am portraying DJ Second Sight, aka Alex Mars, the um, resident artist in chief, trance musician, who this evening has great plans of standing around, laughing nervously, and possibly hurt.
There's always that.
Hi, it's me, Mo. I'm gonna be playing Willow tonight, and God, I am really glad I brought my creepy van.
Indeed.
yeah. Hi, I'm Austin, and tonight I'm going to be playing Roman Semenov, a spooky,
Newcomer.
spooky newcomer, and member of the Hecata.
Cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to set the scene very briefly. So, our anarchs are at the Atlanta branch of the asylum. Uh, Cadence and Alex are in kind of the security main booth, the command center of the asylum, with Vicky, who is the leader of the coterie that runs the asylum in Atlanta, and some of her ghouls and some of her coterie mates are up in there as well. Uh, Roman actually, no. I want to go to Willow first. Willow has just gotten to her van after having sneaked her way out of the crowd, because there is a crowd. There's a crowd of very angry, politically charged and very convinced that they're doing the right thing. Mortals who seem to think that the asylum is some sort of haven for sex trafficking or some terrible corruption, which
Something.
they're not entirely wrong. Vampires,
Vampires being what they are.
Yeah, exactly. But Willow, you've just gotten to your van, where you have secured your sort of heavy-duty silenced pistol. And Roman,
Yeah.
you have just whispered some words of power into the minds of some mortals to get them to start swinging, which has, within a few moments, seemed to sort of tip the dominoes over, and sort of turned this righteous indignation and sort of anxious energy in this crowd into a brawl. So one might say that you've started a real panic at the disco. I have been waiting 2 weeks to make that joke.
Yeah.
I've been holding on to it 2 weeks.
It sustained you.
It has.
I am sure I thought of it when at first I was like, am I about to start a riot here? And then I just didn't use it.
No, you didn't. It's fine. No. We can call
It's
it riot.
yours.
It's the emote at location.
Yeah.
So riot at the Elysium. But anyway, we're gonna zoom in right now to Willow. You just have your gun in your hand, and you hear the sounds from the crowd, and you're able to see from your vantage point. You see that people are just going fucking nuts. There's fights breaking out, and your attention is drawn to this truck that you had seen before that had these three gentlemen sort of acting in command center. And your eyes are drawn to the top, where there's a guy standing on top wearing sunglasses and just sort of surveying the crowd. And as you notice him, as your attention is drawn to him, as all this chaos is erupting, it's like it's just your senses become absolute crystal clear because you recognize him, if by description mainly, but you recognize him as the person that Alex described to you as the one of this trio who had abused his friend, and then done a sort of reverse smear campaign on her. So that is where we bring it into you, gun in hand, with basically the perfect shot.
Oh.
And your beast is just tugging at you like, do it. Look at the chaos.
So he's right there on top of the van.
Right there on top of the van.
Scattered.
Yeah. The crowd is starting to go crazy. No one's looking at any one particular direction. This would, if you had like your beast is just like laying it all out for you. Like you'll never get a better shot to just do it and get away with it.
Do it. Yeah. Is there gunfire already or not yet?
There is not gunfire yet. There's just screams and the sounds of scuffle. And people are looking every which way. His attention is directed to the crowd, and like your senses are just perfect. Like you can see it.
I'm taking a shot, guys.
Okay. You don't even need to roll.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that this is
this is totally a setup.
Deal.
Yeah.
I don't trust that phrase at all.
So back in the command center.
Whenever a storyteller says you don't even need to roll, something terrible is about to happen.
You have walked right into their trap.
Indeed. Yeah. So back in the command center, the cameras that are focused on the outside, start picking up a bunch of movement. And Cadence and Alex, you are able to assess within a few moments what's going on outside. You see the people just sort of a couple of fights break out, and then it just sort of waves over the whole parking lot. And a second after the camera finds that truck and sort of focuses on the people in it, particularly the guy standing up, Alex, you recognize them, and the one standing up is Aiden in particular. And the second after your brain recognizes that, his head explodes in pink mist, and he tumbles off the van.
Yikes!
Huh.
As soon as I take that shot, I'm about to get on the phone.
Yeah, you're getting on the phone. Well, that
soon...
definitely broke your obfuscate because you were in obfuscate when you did that.
Oh yeah.
But you're in a good location.
Yeah.
You're getting your phone out. And then you hear from the other side of the parking lot an incredibly loud gunshot.
There was a second shooter in the grassy knoll.
And as that kind of directs your attention, you hear a pounding on the inside window of your van.
What the fuck is in my van? Okay. I guess I turn around like, what the fuck is that?
You see Ileana.
What the fuck is that?
You see Ileana just kind of give you the thumbs up.
Ileana.
Yeah, you didn't take her in. She didn't want to go to the fucking club.
Oh, Ileana. Oh, you little fucking raccoon. I love you.
Yeah, she just sort of like she like goes to open the door of the van. She's like, you should have fucking told me you were gonna shoot somebody.
Oh, well, it was a perfect time. Hold on. Can you drive? I need you to pull up a little bit.
Sure.
And so
yeah, she like
Willow
hands for the keys.
I give her the keys.
Yeah,
and
she pulls up.
I am pulling the license plate off of the back of my van right now. As I get into the back, I'm just ripping the license plate off and getting on the phone with someone from my company because I'm going to need them to start scrubbing right now.
Okay.
They're going to have to start messing with video footage because I just fucking killed a dude.
Indeed you did.
So,
so you can send those orders pretty quickly. And Ileana pulls off the street and starts basically driving, kind of circling the place, unless you tell her otherwise.
I want to get close enough to see if I can get the other ones and grab their bodies.
Oh,
Right?
she's like,
Cool.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're taking them.
All right, good times. Roman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you've done your deed.
Yep.
And moments after, you have some time to savor your work and see how effective it is. Um, then you hear a gunshot.
Oh, okay. All right. Should have expected something like this. All right. Mm, I want to scan the area to see if I notice anyone who has been shot. Also, just general like general vibe check on the crowd.
Okay, give me a well. No,
Sure.
you don't need to roll, and that's not for a nefarious purpose.
Mhm.
They're fucking panicked.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
makes
like
sense.
like there's still some
Sure.
fighting going on, but people are just running every which way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like
Cool.
some people are
Alright.
still sort of engaged in their fisticuffs, but the majority of them are screaming and trying to get out of here, trying to find
Okay.
cover, trying to find somewhere because hey,
Yeah.
gunshot,
All right.
it happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like pull my coat up a little bit,
Mhm.
and keep my face as hidden as possible in this world of cameras and
Sure.
CCTVs. And I'm just gonna start looking around. Now I'm definitely checking to see for like casualties that look like they've been shot. Just
Um,
in from my vantage point.
well, you scan the group, and the sort of the biggest outlier, the thing that stands out the most, there was a guy standing on that truck like 20 seconds ago.
30 seconds ago.
And he
Okay.
is not. And then, like, when you focus your attention, then that's when you smell the blood from that direction.
Okay. And remind me, I was already kind of tacked on to them
Mhm.
as far as like these guys are suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Willow has shot somebody.
You don't
Is
know
what
who's
I,
shot anyone. You just heard a gunshot.
right. Based off of the about 50 minutes that I've known Willow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. uh, uh,
Yeah.
I will. To me, like, okay, cool. The bad guys got shot. I was like, not feeling great about that. But if somebody had to get shot, I guess it's better it be one of them. And so the next thing I'm going to do is, I believe I did say I had a piece.
You did? Yeah.
And so I'm going to reach into my coat and I'm going to hold that like it's a friend.
Okay.
And I'm going to very slowly sort of walk over to the side of the garage entrance to see if there are any others in there. Draw as little attention to myself as possible while doing it. I imagine anybody else in there is probably pretty panicked at the moment.
Yeah. Everyone's pretty fucking panicked here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say any others, who exactly are you looking for?
I would be looking for, if the guy was on top of a truck, I'd be looking for any sign of a driver. I'd be looking for any of his backup,
Okay.
whoever he might have around.
Yeah. You look and you see that truck hasn't moved. There were those two guys who kind of looked like him that were in the back, kind of running operations. Like one was on a walkie-talkie, the other was like talking to people. And the guy on the walkie-talkie has like you see him. Uh, he's gone over the edge. Like you see his head kind of bobbing over the edge of the truck. It's a big truck.
Mm-hmm.
In Georgia, we like our trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm familiar. I live in
Yeah,
Texas.
fair enough.
Yeehaw.
So it's a very big truck, so you can just kind of make out his head going kind of up and down. So you think he's probably gone over to where his associate has fallen. You assume, and the other guy is like he's like split his attention between talking to the one who's back there and like trying to get in touch with some people. There's people who are all wearing the same shirt that they were mostly talking to, and he's got one of them by his side, and he's just like he looks like he's looking every which way, Like he's
Okay.
trying to get a handle on the situation.
Yeah, is he talking? Is he talking on a walkie?
No, the guy with the walkie was the one that went over to
Okay.
check on his brother.
Okay. So I'm basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hide out nearby and keep an eye out for anybody trying to make contact with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And in the event that somebody starts doing that, I'm going to then I'm going to make my move, whatever it may be.
Okay, so you're just basically getting into the right position.
I'm
Right.
getting into position to prevent any sort of rendezvous between him and his people.
Okay, gotcha, cool. All right, back in the command center. Alex and Cadence, what are you doing?
As you see the
Face
chaos.
palming.
Yeah, Alex is concerned. I mean, I didn't like this guy, and I was very angry at him, but I do not enjoy that he was just murdered right in front of me, and I have no idea who did it. So,
Right.
I'm gonna look to Vicky. Like, what's the plan here? Do we bunker down here?
She says, "Yes, we're pretty safe in here, and it looks like things are going fucking crazy out there. I doubt whatever this is going to be able to move forward wherever it was going now, but
Okay.
I don't think we should risk going out there. I'm not risking going out there."
Okay. Suggestion.
All ears.
Someone is gonna call the cops. One of your security team should be one of them in case someone comes around asking questions.
Oh yeah, the police are definitely going to become involved very, very momentarily.
Yeah. So at the very least, put your name on that 911 call list so that people don't get suspicious.
She's like, that's good. Yeah, that's good. And she sort of turns to one of her associates, her friends, and she says, "Call Detective Santos." And like they seem to know what that means, and they go to a back room and pull out a cell phone.
Do you have means to keep the supernatural out?
No, we don't have that sort of resources.
Okay. Well, as you are currently under attack by hunters with potential government involvement, do you maybe want to at least alert the boss lady?
She says, she actually like she pauses and like thinks about that. She says, "If I hadn't just heard what I heard about what's going on in LA, I'd say yes."
She's probably got a handful on her own.
Yeah, apparently something she was doing with the cam boiled over, and she's in a tight spot. Head office is in lockdown.
Yikes.
Wait, so another office of the asylum is in lockdown as well?
The Santa Monica branch, yeah.
And we think that this is a coincidence?
I don't know. I think her problems are more Camarilla based than Inquisition based. At least that's what the scuttlebutt is.
Sure, but please don't doubt for a second that this is also Camarilla based.
I wouldn't
They're
doubt it.
they're using them as a weapon against us.
That is not. I wouldn't doubt it, but that's pretty serious. All right, yeah. So she's like she's like, fuck. I might as well call Jeanette. She says, "I gotta go to a line in the over here." And she like
Right.
she also heads into another like deeper secure room. Willow. So yeah, Ileana is driving the car, and there are a lot of people in the road.
Yeah, there sure are. I would like to. I want to find one of the other brothers.
Okay.
I don't remember their names. Oof,
All right. I would like you to give me a wits investigation roll.
Ooh, and I'm very hungry.
Oh no.
How am I doing?
Yeah. 3 successes.
Yeah, you sort of scan through the crowd. Like I said, there's a lot of people just sort of most of them are running in one direction, but there's a couple people like going the other direction. You know, they're getting in the road, but you are able to see, um, uh, you see the one of them is now standing up in the cab of the no in the bed of the truck. Uh, um, like trying to like coordinate and like look behind him to see, you know, where you're pretty sure your first target fell. So his like head is just like swiveling around, and that's the one that you can see.
I'm going to tell Ileana to the best of her ability, back up my truck as close to their truck as she can.
She's like,
think you could do that? You a good driver?
Can, but I don't want to hit these people.
Go slow. And Willow
She's like,
sort of
hold on.
like...
She's like, give me a second. Take the wheel.
Okay, no problem.
So you grab the wheel for a second, and she closes her eyes. And then from maybe about 20 feet in another direction, you hear the sound of automatic gunfire. And the people who are in the road run in the opposite direction, and it clears the road.
Oh, Ileana.
Oh, shit. Things are getting so real.
You're the fucking best. And I just reverse into the back as close as I can, screeching up to that truck.
Okay. All right. So, Roman, you're in the crowd, and you have sort of interposed yourself between the security people, just sort of there to make your move.
Mm-hmm.
And you, once again, you hear sound of multiple gunshots coming from a different direction. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna basically yeah, that's tough, because if the crowd is dispersing in the direction that is going away from where I can keep an eye on this thing, like I kind of want to stay in the crowd just so that I don't stand out as being the doofus.
Yeah,
standing in the middle of the
are
road.
definitely moving en masse in one direction right now.
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look as scared as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put on my Frady face and try to look like I am running into the garage for cover.
Okay.
Because like crazy shit's going on. I might not even be the only one, but
yeah, there's plenty of people doing that.
Rushing into that garage because it seems safe.
Okay.
And so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to like try to stick to the shadows as best I can, and maybe see if I can get a good angle on what's going on behind that truck.
All right. Give me a dexterity stealth, please.
Sure. Let's see. Cool. And because I believe my attempts at dominate make me a pretty hungry boy, I believe I'm rolling with straight dice at the moment.
Oh boy.
Oh. That's 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get into a pretty good, decent spot. You weave through the crowd. You get into kind of a spot where you can still sort of see what's going on. And just as you sort of get into that spot, you see the van that you came in reversing its way through the now empty parking lot up to the security truck.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the control room, you guys have had these conversations with Vicky, and they've gone off to sort of handle their side of things here in this sort of secure bunker. And what are you guys doing in the meantime?
Do we see the van on the camera?
Not just yet.
Okay.
You see,
So I'm going to turn. I'm going to turn towards Cadence, and I'm going to say, so I guess our major problem right now is that Willow is still out there.
I'm going out.
Just be careful.
Yeah, no, I just...
Remember that they can spot you. Take the mortal guys before you go out.
I believe she activated Blush of Life before...
Yeah.
At the end of last session,
Mm-hmm.
So...
Cool.
Yeah, so
it's
she's
at
got
this
that.
point that you hear the automatic gunfire.
That's terrible. This just became a federal scene. We
Oh,
need to get the fuck out of here as soon as we can.
you stay here until I make sure it's safe out there.
Oh, I'm going to stay right here.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah.
right where I want you. And
Good. That's right where I want me to.
she's gonna... I just need you to get the door for me, and then she's gonna turn back into a dog.
He gets the door, and as the door is closing, he obfuscates.
Okay, noted. Are you just using the level 1? You don't
Yeah,
have to
it's
do a
level
route,
1.
just so you're staying still.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, Willow.
Hi.
Yeah, you kind of get in position after passing the wheel back to Ileana, and she reverses it in the direction you tell her to. And
Good,
she's
because I'm opening up the... Oh, keep going.
Yeah, she's able to, with no people in the way, get basically right up to the car. And so at this point, I need to make a roll for some people.
Oh, Agent of Chaos. So sorry. Ooh.
Yeah. As you're sort of at the back door of the van, you're able to see, right as it gets into position, you see the guy who was standing up in the bed of the truck. He definitely notices the van coming up, and you see him go for a piece, and starts to point it at the van.
Awesome. Let me see. Let me take a looky-loo. So I have... I don't have my book. I think Austin has it right now.
Yeah, I do.
For Blink, how... Because I know with Blink, you are one place and then you're in another place.
Yeah, but you can't move through van doors.
Oh, did I not open up the back?
Oh, did you say that you were opening up the back?
I think that's what I was saying.
All right,
before I
yeah, so
asked
you were
to keep
opening
going.
it. Okay, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I am opening it up. And I guess that is what I see. I see a man pulling out a gun.
Yep.
Can you look and see if I have to spend blood?
I believe for Blink you do.
And
Yeah,
what else do I have to do?
Sounds sensible.
Yeah. I don't have it on me. So could you please tell me
Sure.
what I have to do?
Let me take a look. For Blink, it's a rouse check.
Okay, let me start. Okay. I'm not any hungrier, but
Okay.
oof. I'm sure this blood.
All right.
was
Oof,
Yeah.
indeed.
melting.
So yeah, then this is a pretty dicey situation. So I'm going to
Okay.
need you to make a dexterity athletics roll.
Of course.
And while that's happening, Roman, from your vantage point, you see this van coming up, and you see the back door open, and you see the guy in the bed of the truck turn and pull his gun on it. What are you doing?
Yeah, confirm for me real quick. Or is there only one guy on that on the truck, or
There is currently only one guy on the truck.
Right.
There are like 1.5 dudes
Mhm.
at the tailgate of the truck. Like
Okay.
there's one guy who's like right there, but the other guy was like he was starting to do a run, like to go get somebody else or talk to somebody else. So he's kind of a couple paces away.
Okay.
And then you don't see what's going on the other side of the truck right now. So
Okay.
that is what happened. What are you doing when you see
So-
this? Because you recognize the van.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh boy. All right. I would like to So while the guy is very, very focused on the fact that he is opening automatic gunfire at Willow, I would like to try to sneak up behind him.
Well, it doesn't look like an automatic. It looks like a pistol.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I think that I would like to try to sneak up behind him and maybe get a bite in.
Okay, so you're gonna all right. You're yeah.
We're
You
gonna
think?
run into each other.
Do you have celerity?
I don't have celerity.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Would I need that to do that in a single turn?
In a single turn, you would probably need something like at least something to try and accelerate your movement. You can definitely start making your way there.
Yeah, I'll start kind of like slowly making my way there. I'm not in a huge rush.
Yeah. So you're engaging in the situation. Gotcha.
I'm essentially going to try to stealth my way up to him and handle him before he gets blown up.
So Cadence, you are coming around the building. When you see this, when you basically you come in and see this situation as it sort of unfolds, you see like the van come to a stop as the back of the van's door, and this is definitely Willow's van. You see it open. You see the guy turn on the back of the van. And that's where you get there, just in time for Willow. What are you doing?
I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
And I want to be in the bed of that truck next to that bitch right now.
Okay, so both Roman and
this guy
Cadence. Well, both Roman and Cadence see Willow just sort of appear in the truck. And what would you like to do when you get there? Because
I'm choking this bitch out.
Oh, so you're getting your hands on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was what's the other guy who was there? So we've got the one that's on Will. There were 3 in the truck total, correct?
There were 3 in the truck.
We're missing one.
Killed one. Willow has one. What's the third guy doing again?
You do not currently see the third guy.
We should find him.
I'm gonna try to look for that third guy.
Okay. Give me a wits investigation roll.
Okay.
And Willow, I'm going to need a dex. I'm going to need. You said you're choking this guy out.
Yeah, no. I'm.
Yeah. Give me a.
Dex.
Give me a dex brawl.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot.
You like this a lot, and Alex is gonna pee.
Okay.
So I got no successes and a skull on a red dice.
So that would be a bestial failure.
And I got a messy critical.
Damn it! I didn't want to kill this dude, but it seems like this is destiny. Okay.
Well, would you like to roll willpower? Spend your willpower to try and get more successes.
Let me look at what my willpower looks like. I have some.
And Cadence, you get on a messy critical?
Yeah, for a total of 5.
Yeah. So Cadence, you smell the blood.
And she's at 4 hunger, just to let you know.
You definitely smell the blood. You know where the blood is. That almost becomes the other dude sort of becomes a secondary concern. And you are going towards that blood. Which quite thankfully, you see the guy you're looking for. He's covered in the blood. He's got the blood all over him.
Oh my god.
So tasty.
How serendipitous.
I bet he's even got some of it in him.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
At this
For
point, he's
now.
got all of it.
We should find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Willow, did you reroll?
Yeah, I'm going to. So when I spend that, I get how much? 3?
You get to reroll up to 3 non-hunger dice.
Okay. That is exactly the amount I had. Ooh, of non-hunger dice, because I'm feeling. I didn't get any successes.
You didn't get any successes. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So you are on this guy in a flash, and you're trying to get your hands on him. But he is apparently no slouch when it comes to fisticuffs, because he just gets his hands his hand on your throat, and you cannot help but snarl and extend your fangs and
Yeah.
just go wild at it, and you see his eyes just narrow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, uh,
Fuck.
Roman, you are sneaking up to this,
Oh boy.
and you see this happen.
Oh shit.
So you're not quite there yet,
yeah.
but shit is now going down. What are you gonna do?
So he's got the guy's got. Does he have like Willow's neck in both of his hands, or does he have one
he has
neck,
hand,
one gun?
one hand on her neck, and he's like repositioning his gun.
All right. I'm going to shoot at him with my gun because, yeah.
Okay.
And so.
All right, that's going to be a Dex Firearms.
I'm not great at this, but we'll see.
I was really hoping we were going to get a hostage out of this situation, and I'll be honest, guys, it's not looking good.
We did. It's you. And so let me see. Now remind me, do tens do anything?
Tens, when they are paired with another
if
10,
you get two, yeah.
they are a critical. If one of the tens of a paired 10 is a hunger die, that's a messy critical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
otherwise
a critical. I just got 1 10.
You just got 1 10. Okay.
But 3 successes total.
3 successes total. Okay, you plug him. You get him square in the shoulder. It was the shoulder of the hand that had Willow's neck in it. So he recoils. His hand is off her neck. Cadence, I need you to roll willpower, please.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
Thirsty girl.
Alex, you are catching bits of this. The camera angles don't cover everything, but you're getting enough to get a picture of what's going down. Are you doing anything other than staying still and being a quiet boy?
Yeah, I'm actually, so I'm calling. Oh God, no, I'm not. I'm calling Roman.
Okay.
I assume that at some point we traded numbers.
Yeah, you probably could
that's
have had
reasonable.
numbers.
Yeah, in his apartment.
And I'm gonna say, I assume that he's got some sort of an earpiece so he can talk to me while he's doing this. And I'm going to say, now listen, Roman. It's very important to me that you hear exactly the words that I'm saying. Sometimes when we find ourselves in a situation such as this, we find that it seems that chaos has taken away our options, but indeed chaos has given us new options. And right now you're going to find, and I'm just going to keep, and it's going to sound like it really doesn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually activating my level 1 of my lore sheet for Vicenta Sana.
Mm-hmm.
So if your character listens, and you have to decide whether or not your character is willing to listen to the crazy Malkavian he just met talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen, at some point tonight, when you are getting ready to do what you're about to do right now, including on this test, you may re-roll the roll if it doesn't go your way.
Okay, outstanding. Yeah,
So,
yeah. I basically, you're in my ear, and I'm trying to be. I'm like, yeah, I just met these guys. I should probably at least listen. They know how they do things better than I do. All I can do is like watch what they're doing and kind of follow their lead. And so I'm listening to you, and as it's starting to not make sense, I'm like, oh, that's right, milk.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Alex. Yeah. Okay, I'm a little busy right now. All right.
I know that you're busy, but I need you to listen.
Yeah.
It's very important. This thing, it's about watching the chaos and the lines of that chaos. And if you're able to follow the lines of that chaos, I know it's hard, but if you'll just listen, and if you listen through it, then you do get that free reroll.
Cool. Thank you.
Cadence, how'd that roll go?
She's pouncing him. She got 0, I imagine.
So yeah, unfortunately, you cannot spend willpower on.
Not that I would want her to.
Oh, yeah.
This is great. This is
the world goes
Cadence.
a little red. And you feel wonderful. You feel great. Cadence goes away, and it's replaced by just pure animalistic joy. Willow.
Oh no! Did she just frenzy out there?
Yeah,
Oh god!
this guy is not surviving.
So Willow.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, you are in this guy's clutches. He's got his hand on your neck, and you're just snarling. And then suddenly you hear a gunshot, and he jerks back. What are you doing?
She is relatively hungry, but she has not fucking frenzied. So I'm gonna try to push him off the back of the truck. My goal, I'm trying to get him into my truck.
Okay.
So
all right. Noted.
I'm trying to take him with me. If he stumbles, if he flinches, I'm putting my hands on him, and I'm pulling him off the truck.
Okay, that is going to be another dex brawl to try and get your hands on him. And as you're doing this, you hear and see a snarling blur of fur rush around the back of the truck, followed by screaming.
Okay, thank you. 4.
4 successes. All right, now I need to roll for him again. He definitely doesn't want that to happen. You got him. Yeah, you get your hands on him and are starting to pull him back. Like you get your hands on his bullet wound, and that shocks him a little bit and allows you to start dragging him back.
Yeah.
Roman. Yeah, you see, you hear more than see, like this blur of motion, like that's just absolutely snarling in this animalistic frenzy, and then you see Willow get the upper hand on the confrontation on the truck. What are you doing?
So both guys are handled at the moment.
You're not sure. You're not entirely sure
right.
what's going on behind the truck, but it looks like she's got him.
Okay. Like, would he be like screaming or anything, or?
Oh, well, no. He's like, he's not necessarily screaming, but there is like, yeah, he's certainly up and running. Yeah.
There's a little bit of gurgling.
I mean, there is that other guy who doesn't seem to be like too quick on the uptake, but he is like now seems to be going for his gun.
Okay. And that other guy is located where?
He's located at the tailgate of the car. Like
okay.
He clearly wasn't like primed and ready to go for action like these 3 guys were, but now he's coming online. Basically.
So he specifically, I'm going to walk up forcefully, gun drawn, and say, "Don't even think about it, pal."
Okay. Give me a present. Hold on. Yeah, give me a manipulation intimidation.
Okay. And here we go. Oof, 1 success.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah, he notices you and he sees the gun. It looks like he was like going towards Willow. But he immediately redirects his attention to you and pops off a shot.
Sure.
I'm glad that Cadence gets to drink. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might get to. We'll see how things shake out.
Yeah. You take 1 superficial damage. It's a slug just sort of slams into your undead flesh, doing basically nothing.
Yeah, would fortitude do anything
I believe
for that?
Fortitude. I think you're gonna.
It would turn lethal into superficial.
Yeah, it would turn lethal into superficial. You're all
But
like, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything in the current version of Fortitude that just like negates damage.
Cool.
But yeah, no, and I mean that was already halved. So.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I just like I take it. I kind of grimace for a second, and I'm like, come on.
I hate getting shot.
Yeah.
Ain't no one like this.
Cadence, I would like you to make another willpower roll for me, please.
Gotcha. That one I succeeded with 2.
Okay. You slightly come out of this just pure blissful feeling of pure primal power and energy, to recognize that you do in fact have your fangs and your jaw clamped around this man's femoral artery, and you are definitely down to one hunger at this point.
Fantastic.
And at this point, I will allow you to spend a willpower if you don't want to kill this guy.
No, she absolutely wants to kill this guy.
Okay.
Well, no, just based on what she heard from Reagan earlier, she's like, no, this guy is too dangerous to let live.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you take everything this guy has, and it's quick, it's brutal, and it is not a pleasant death in any sense of the word. Normally the kiss takes care of some things, but when you're being that brutal about it, even that can't contend.
Yeah.
So this guy dies screaming as his blood runs down your gullet. Yeah.
Hey, I guess you're down to 0, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
You killed
Yep,
that dude.
Absolutely,
I
you
did.
You are
I
not
did kill
thirsty
that
at
guy.
all.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Yeah, so that brings you out of it. That brings you completely out of it. You are clear-headed. You are full. You are righteous and pure in your purpose. You see that this other guy is just DOA. His head's been blown away.
Mm-hmm.
There's no saving it. Willow, high or low?
Low.
Okay. And it looks like the shot did not do anything to damage the glasses that he had on his head.
Yeah.
So you've got another computer, like he does have that satchel that is connected by a wire to these glasses that have been knocked off his forehead, but you can see them and they're intact and they're there.
Well, that's going in my van along with his body and his friend's body.
Indeed.
Listen, no body, no crime.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Alex, are you staying as you are?
I mean, I'm gonna have to probably try to get to the van.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to. I have not yet bought the next level of obfuscate, and even though I can afford it, I don't think I'm going to yet. I want to see how this plays out.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna just start heading down to the van, and
Okay.
with the blithe understanding that nothing bad can happen to me.
Fantastic. All right. So yeah, Roman, you are still engaged with this dude, and the other dude who is nearby is starting to come up on you. Willow. Oh yeah, Willow. Yeah, Willow. You have this guy in the van.
Mm-hmm.
And like as you're dragging him in, like from the side, Ileana comes and like just clamps her jaws onto him.
Thank you.
And she just sort of like maintains eye contact with you as
We-
she does.
I'm just like, put him to sleep.
She's like, they're so quiet when they sleep. And yeah, she basically gets him. He struggles for a little bit, and then he just falls into it, and
Mhm.
she drains him to the point where he falls asleep.
Good, because I have to get back out of this van
Yeah,
to
so yeah,
grab that other body.
Indeed. Yeah. So, Roman. Yeah. So you come out of the van, and you see Roman's there, and he's got 2 dudes on him.
Ooh.
So I want to so the guy that shot me,
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Uh-oh.
I'm aware that the guy is closing on me, correct?
Yeah, the other guy has turned and is coming towards you.
Okay.
So there's 2 dudes on you right now.
All right. And so I'm going to try to mesmerize the one that shot me into shooting the other guy in the knee.
Okay, go ahead and
Okay.
make that roll. He definitely has his attention, but yeah, you're going to need to. I believe that's going to be a rouse check, and then make the roll for that.
All righty, rouse check. Ooh, and I dropped it. Okay,
going forever.
pass the rouse check.
That's very good.
And then what was the actual roll?
The roll is manipulation plus dominate.
Manipulation plus dominate. Cool. All right. Two successes.
Yeah, he's got like his dead eye on you, and then he just turns and fires and shoots his friend in the leg, and the guy just like goes down screaming, clutching his leg.
Oh my God! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. So Cadence, what are you doing? You're still in doggo form. Very happy, very full, very content. What are you doing now?
Is Alex at the point where I can see him?
Uh,
Or no?
yeah, you're not in the best vantage point to see him, so you don't see him just yet.
Okay, alrighty, because she's like, because she doesn't know what's going on with Roman at the moment. She's thinking, well, Willow got the other guy. She wants to stay as a doggo because she doesn't want anyone like placing her face here,
Sure.
even if it's just some rando on the street.
Mm-hmm.
So she is going to wait until she sees someone else who can come get this body for her.
Okay, so you're just chilling out basically.
She's going to be on alert, but
Okay.
she's not like
Gotcha.
she's not just like, hey, everything's over, but she isn't going to move.
Well, you do hear like you hear an interchange of gunshots. Like from like there's still stuff happening around there.
Kind of from the other side of the truck.
Okay. All right. That's a fair point. So she's actually going to bark a couple of times, hoping that someone, aka Alex, will know that he needs to go there, and then she's going to bound off towards where the gunshots are.
Okay. All right. So Alex, you get out of the club. You come around from the back, and you hear a couple of gunshots and a very familiar sounding bark as you sort of round the bend. How do you react to that information?
So do I balance my natural cowardice or my inclination for curiosity? I'm gonna go see if I can save Candace.
Okay.
With my combat prowess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you start coming out. You see the scene before you. Luckily, most people have fled at this point. There's not a lot of people around. You see a bunch of dead bodies. Well, no, you see, yeah, you smell the blood. That's just everywhere at this point. You see Roman with two dudes on him, and one of them has just been shot. You see Cadence coming around the truck. Willow, what's your plan? You're going for the bodies?
Yeah, that is what I am definitely trying to do. So the first guy I shot, I feel like I'm closest to that body, correct?
That's actually, yeah, the two bodies that exist now are on the other side of the truck, so you would basically have to like climb over because you went back into the van, then you had to get back out of the van, back into the bed, and then over to the other side of the car to get to the bodies. So you could be there to like getting one of the bodies.
Can I use either rapid reflex or fleetness in order to make this very easy, because it is just a non-combat dexterity thing?
Sure. Let me take a look at the rules on that. This is such a chaotic situation.
I know. Shots get fired, and goes to fucking shit.
Okay. Yeah, you can use fleetness to go ahead, and you need to make a rouse check for that.
All right, let me see. I am a little bit hungry. Yeah, this is bad.
What's your hunger at now?
I'm at 4.
Okay, so yeah, you bound over and you get to these bodies, and you see basically the state of them. You see one has been just savaged on the ground and is mostly bloodless at this point, and then you see the other guy, the guy you shot.
Mm-hmm.
You see the briefcase, you see the glasses, and then you smell the blood.
Yeah.
It's still there, and it's still relatively fresh and vital, and I need you to make a willpower roll for me.
Yep.
Your unspent willpower.
Oh, unspent. Let me look. 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, I mean, if the blood were a little bit fresher, if it was
A
still
little warmer.
pumping, because he's straight up dead at this point, then
Oh, yeah.
you probably would have lost it. But you can control yourself just enough. Your instincts are get that body in the van so I can eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, yeah, I'm grabbing him and dragging him back to the van.
Yeah.
Um,
It's at
and
this
then
point.
shout to Ileana to help me with this.
Okay.
Hey, babe, help me drag this body.
Yeah, it's at this point that you guys start to hear the sound of police sirens.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's enough chaos and confusion at this point that everyone can get into the van. There is still one body
There's still
out
the
there.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see here.
There's the two guys that I'm dealing with.
Yeah, there's still one guy up who's just very confused about what just happened. And there's also there's a guy clutching his leg on the ground as well.
Yeah, I really don't want to shoot that guy dead. But I do want to
tell him to get in the van.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the guy who shot the other guy, I want to try to confuse him while also dominating him.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, you just shot that guy. What are you doing? Get in the van, quick, let's get you out of here.
Okay, all right, that's definitely gonna be a mesmerize.
Yep, and let me rouse. Past the rouse, and let me roll 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, he's confused. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he gets in the van.
And the other guy before we leave,
Mhm.
I want to cloud memory the other guy so that he can't give any sort of he has very little idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
He knows he got shot.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're able to do that. So you still have there's still one, there's a pretty conscious guy, unhurt conscious guy who just jumped in the van, and is panicked and confused. While Willow, you are feasting on the corpse of this guy. Cadence and Alex, what are you guys doing while this is all happening?
I'm trying to get everybody in the van so that we can get out of here, and that I'm looking at this. But I'm going to drag this guy's body into the van, so it's not just sitting on the street.
Okay, you're getting the third body into the van. Gotcha. Okay, so that's what you do. So yeah, everyone at this point can be in the van.
Yeah, Cadence will be in the van.
Yeah. So who's gonna get in the
I will make the attempt to get behind the wheel.
Okay,
just covered in gore. It's a bad scene.
You were able to get one hunger off of that body.
I just really got to chewing, honestly. Yeah. I just got to chew.
So yeah, everyone's in the van. Like I said, you've got you've got 2 dead bodies, 1 unconscious body, and 1 guy who's
very confused.
very, very, very confused. Still has a gun in his hand.
Yeah,
I would
definitely want to go out of our way to disarm him. And then also, we did make sure that we clouded memory.
Yeah, that guy got clouded memory. Okay, cool. He does not know why he's shot in the leg.
Cool. So we're out of here.
Before we go, before we peel off, are there fire hydrants nearby?
Yeah.
I just hit one with my
Good
car.
job.
I just back into it.
Okay. Yeah.
I want there to be water all over this fucking street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're able to do that. Yeah, so you guys are able to peel out. I would like whoever's at the wheel to make a dex drive roll for me, please.
Fuck.
And while this is happening, I want to know what the plan is for dealing with this dude.
So Cadence doesn't know who this is. He's armed. As far as she knows, he's armed. He's probably with the other guys. She is going to attempt to bite a major artery on him too.
Oh,
Wait,
wait,
the guy.
we're not trying to kill this guy.
Wait.
I stop. As I rush into the back of the van. I say, hey, there's our interrogation victim, and I want to like smash him in the head like against the thing to try and knock him unconscious.
Okay.
Wait, was that the guy who was mesmerized, or is that the guy Ileana drank
Yes.
from?
That was the guy who's mesmerized.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
he's kind of
gotcha.
addled, but he's still, at this point, still there and
Mhm.
still
Okay.
conscious. So you're going to try to bash his head in.
Yep.
All right, give me a strength brawl for me, please.
Bonk.
All right.
So yeah, you're able to get to him before, as Cadence is just sort of raising her hackles to go for him.
3 successes.
Yeah, you're able to slam his head into the wall of the van. It makes a really nasty sound against the metal walls of the van, and he crumples down to the floor of the van. Just joins the pile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
So
Yeah, Willow's at the. I got 3 successes on this drive roll. She's driving, but her hackles are raised, just fangs out. It's like road rage, but worse.
yeah, you're able to get out of there before the first cop car shows up.
Yeah.
And where are you going?
So, Scott, do you remember in the first couple of episodes of this where I spent some money to buy a meat market?
Yes. You're going to
That's
that meat
where we're
market?
going.
Okay, you're going to that meat market. Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank God I bought that like as soon as I got here.
Yeah,
Oof,
absolutely.
what
Okay,
an old
so
thought.
So that is near the middle of the city. So that's going
Yes.
to take probably about 20, 30 minutes to get to.
Yeah, it's fair. While we're driving and after I've started driving for a little while, I want to get somebody on the phone
Okay.
to specify to someone at my company where I want images scrubbed from our database.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want it scrubbed from us pretty much leaving our haven this earlier this afternoon to going to to Asylum, and then to the market.
All right.
So I'm very specifically telling them, hey, I need this gone.
Okay. So I will let you know that the best way to deal with that is to throw money at the problem.
Yeah.
So
Madison.
you'll be down an effective resource dot until
Let me write it down.
Until I say otherwise. They basically like they ask the question of like
why.
They don't ask why. They know better than that. But they're like, okay, do we want to do this along an arduous way, or do we want to do this to throw money at it way?
Yeah. I mean, I have some money that good sweet Madison, beloved Madison left. And so yeah. And then I'll pour some of mine in there too.
Okay,
however much it takes.
I think you had put Madison's money to use at some point earlier.
I did
in the thing, so you're gonna have to be down one of your resource dots until further notice.
Okay.
So that process gets rolling. So what else is happening in this van?
Cadence is going to turn back to regular Cadence, and she is going to say very loudly, we cannot let these guys live. Like, that is...
I turn towards you and I have like this just shocked look on my face. All this shit is going on and Alex hasn't spoken. He turns towards you and you, Willow, and he says, we don't kill without a damn good reason. Did we just lose our fucking minds when Madison left?
Okay.
I slam on the brakes when we come to a stop sign really hard. We're just doing to them exactly what they did to us.
It's not about what they did to us. It was in the tenets of us coming together as a gang. We don't kill without a damn good reason. This is not a good reason. We've already murdered 2 people. And now you want to kill a third?
I get what you are saying. I did not want anyone to... I did not want this to escalate it like it did. But once one died, And I will tell you my reasoning, my damn good reason for this is because I know for a fact that these guys were connected to people with real actual goddamn magic. And I have seen that work, and it almost killed me. And we don't know how that works. We can't defend ourselves against it.
So your reaction to we don't know how it works and we don't know how to defend ourselves against it is kill this man that we don't know anything about.
We just need some information, then we can let him live.
To be fair, Alex, there are 2 people here who are still alive. One
Okay.
of whom you absolutely know.
Yeah.
He is one of the brothers. Well, the last surviving brother of the Axel brothers. The other is just some hired goon.
Okay, I that doesn't change anything that Alex is saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just clarifying based off
He's
what
pure
you
of
said.
heart.
He is.
He's good. He really is. Thank you for being the North Star.
Look, these guys, they don't have to remember any of this.
No, they really don't.
And it seems that you are in dire need of information. I don't like the fact that people died any more than you do. Believe me.
I was hoping we wouldn't have to fucking engage them at all, but okay.
Well,
this rando over
Fucking
here,
oops.
if you want to do something with him that is letting him live, sure, be my fucking guest. That one, and she points to whichever brother is still alive. She's like,
Christian is the one that's still alive.
Yeah.
I will take care of Christian. If we kill this man, we are committing 2 grave sins. The first grave sin that we are committing is that we are doing something that we told Madison we would not do. The second thing that we are doing is we are making, you think it's bad now. If we kill, what's Christian's brother's name?
Aiden. Oh, Aiden and God, what the hell was the third one? Aiden and Brent.
Aiden is already dead.
Well,
I saw him die on camera. If we kill Christian too, there's no hell that Brent won't go through to wipe us off the face of this planet.
Wait, isn't he also dead?
Yeah,
this is the only living brother.
Yeah, you see Aiden and Brent's corpses in this van.
Oh, okay. I thought that Brent was still alive.
No.
This is the only living brother. These are people who have they know you. They know you're a vampire.
They do know me. Let me take care of Christian.
As long as we can figure out how connected they are.
I promise you.
You can do whatever the fuck you want with them afterwards.
Give me 1 hour alone with him, and I promise you he will tell us anything we want to know.
You're fucking right, you will.
I know. And we will not have violated what we told Madison we wouldn't do.
Well, Madison isn't fucking here right now.
There's a honk from behind the van. There's a car that's behind you.
I'm not going to ask for your trust in a lot of circumstances, but I'm asking for it now.
I look at my rearview mirror. What's behind me?
There's just a guy in a truck. Like
I start up again,
giving you the finger, like, go, bitch, go.
Oh yeah, okay. I start going again.
Okay.
Madison is not here right now. All right. It got out of hand. It fucking gets out of hand, Alex.
I'm aware that it gets out of hand. It gets out of hand. We don't have to.
Bullshit.
Let me take care of this.
Fine.
All right.
So you guys pull up to the meat market. It's closed, but Willow, you absolutely have a key that gets you in through the back. You are able to get all the conscious and the unconscious and dead bodies into the storage area.
All right, Alex, I'm going to set you up with your friend. You wake him the fuck up.
Okay.
Do whatever it is that you need to do, but we need to know how fucking connected they are.
We will.
All right.
And one other thing.
What?
What was it that Reagan gave Cadence last time?
It was a bracelet with kind of like a gaudy gem on it.
Okay, she's going to take that and she's going to put that on Alex. And she said, if this glows, you get out of the fucking room and you let me know.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. I've got this.
I am trusting you so much not to fuck this up.
Then trust me.
I trust you. I don't trust that guy.
I trust that I've been dealing with these guys for quite a while, and I know what has to happen. Just give me
Right.
the room to do it.
Go on, do what you have to do. I'll do what I have to do.
You need
All right.
backup from an unconcerned third party.
No.
Do you guys want to play good cop, bad cop?
What I'm about to do, I would prefer no one else see.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can help me, Roman.
What do we need to do?
Oh, you know what we need to do.
Yeah, she's brought you to it's a little carniceria meat market that has like butchering facility, like butchering equipment.
Don't like this.
Oh, you never had to do this before?
Of course I've had to do this.
Cool.
Don't like it.
So
Nobody
Willow
does.
and Roman are taking care of the former people. What's Cadence going to be up to?
She is plastering her ear to the door of wherever Alex and this guy are and listening for the moment she thinks something is going wrong.
Noted. Okay, and what? 2 questions before we get to Alex and Christian. What is being done with the unconscious goon?
We're probably just going to restrain him because I don't want to kill him.
Sure.
I just kind of want to keep him unconscious. Honestly, how hurt is he? He got shot in the leg, yeah?
No, he didn't get shot in the leg. He got his head.
He's just
back.
confused.
He got his head bonked when I got in the van.
Yeah, he's got a pretty bad head bleed, and he's still kind of like mostly unconscious.
Can I get a drink off of him just to keep him sleeping?
Sure.
And also to help
Yeah, you can take some blood, and that'll put him into head trauma sleepy land because that's fine. Yeah.
It'll be fine if listen. Shit happens.
All right. Okay. So, there's basically just like this little cramped back office that is like the most private place in this tiny little meat market area that you are able to get Christian into. He is, you can definitely tell he is suffering from blood loss because he is out. So how are you going to rouse him?
I embrace him.
Okay.
Thank you. I was hoping you would.
Okay. How do you do it?
So I'm going to do it in a very specific way. I've got my cell phone, and I'm going to pull up. There was a night not too long ago that I was spinning, and I spun this new track on stage in front of a crowd that I'd never played before, and the Christian brothers were there that night. And that night was the night that I saw that serpent. Okay. And that night was the night that I healed that woman. And I still don't really know how I did it. I still don't really know what happened there, but I'm going to listen to that song. I'm going to blow premonition, and I'm going to try to put myself into a trance where I can sort of channel that feeling again. And then I'm going to apologize in his ear. I'm going to drain him the rest of the way, and I'm going to feed him from my I'm actually going to bite my tongue and feed him from my mouth.
Okay. I need you to roll, first of all, roll the rouse check for premonition.
Right on. We're good there.
Okay, so you don't get hungrier. Then I need you to make the roll for premonition.
All right. I am at 3 hunger.
That is resolve aspects.
Oh, I get another die for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, was that a critical?
So what on traditional die, what does critical look like?
Critical looks like 2 10s.
I only got 1 10.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Then that was one hell of a roll.
That's one of the best rolls I've ever made. Yeah.
Okay.
Good roll.
So you have the music is playing, that song that you were able to recapture, and you open up your head, you open up your mind to the astral, to the web of possibilities, and you feel the sort of the web of blood emanating out from you. And you know that the curse of Malkav is a terrible thing. You know that it is a burden unlike any of the other curses of any of the other clans, because the Nosferatu claim to be, the big outsiders because they're separated from human reality, but you're separated from reality, and your blood in any human alters them and changes them in a fundamental way that puts them outside not just life, not just human society, but outside of the rational and the real.
Yeah.
And you know this. You know that he's alive. He's up. He's awake and living in the minds of you and all of your clan. And you know who I'm talking about when I say he.
Mm-hmm.
You know that adding another pearl on his strand is a terrible act. And you feel that in this moment, connected as you are into the flow of things, you feel that maybe as your third eye opens on your forehead, you feel that maybe that even though you're doing a terrible thing to this man who has done terrible things, but also is a protector of people. If it weren't for certain situations in the past, you could not necessarily say that this guy is entirely a bad person. But you're doing a terrible thing to him. You feel as though, if you will it, if you call upon that connection, that thing that you don't even know what it is, that you might, even though you're bringing him into the curse of Cain, you might be able to spare him the curse of Malkav.
Okay. I'm definitely going to do that.
Okay. So, you bite your tongue. You drain him down to 0. Your hunger is sated. And then you bite your tongue and you pass some of your blood into him. Cadence, you're not hearing much of anything.
Okay.
And then you hear screaming. Doesn't sound like Alex.
Okay, I was just gonna say, have I heard Alex scream before, and would I know what it sounds like? In which case, she's just gonna wait. And she's actually, should probably, can she send a text to the bear and just being like, FYI, shit went down. Sorry, I didn't text you first. It was important.
You can.
Because he's gonna find out about this.
And yeah, he will.
You can send that text.
Yes, just because she is part of the deal they had was that she was supposed to keep him abreast of things. So she's gonna say, shit went down. Sorry, I didn't let you know before, but we had to take care of it. Just, something vague like that.
Yeah. So, in the room, the blood has gone into his mouth, and he is just screaming and writhing as the change starts to take him. And you see, as his flesh starts to pale, and as you see like the fangs sort of break out from the gums for the first time, his brow starts to bleed as like a wound opening on his forehead. This bloody, raw new eye sprouts for a moment and then recedes back into his head.
Good for him that didn't stick around.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't even need to roll. He is in frenzy.
Yikes.
Cool. I'm just gonna obfuscate and let him tear the room apart.
Okay. That is. There's nothing much he can do about that. So yeah, you Cadence outside, and Willow and Roman, even though you're engaged in you're busy. Like you start to hear like the sounds of screams and commotion even over the bandsaws.
I turn it off for a moment. Do you hear that? Oh, that's screaming. I trust him, and I start it back up again.
He's just rolling his sleeves up. He's pissed off. He got shot earlier, and he still hasn't picked that out. And he's just kind of
sorry, Roman.
So yeah,
first night.
The Cadence, the door that you're listening to, like something slams up against it, and just continue like it like. Pause for a second, slams up against it. What do you do?
Does it feel like it's going to give?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like a super secure facility. It's a crappy wooden door. Like, you see it start to splinter.
Okay, she is throwing her weight against it, and she's like, Alex, what the fuck is going on in there?
No.
Yeah, and like he is just sort of scrambling, trying to bust his way out, trying to get towards the smell of blood.
Yeah, she is. She's gonna try to keep him at bay. I guess she has no clue what's going on, but someone's trying to break through, and they don't seem happy. She doesn't know if that's Alex frenzying or the other guy, but she is going to hold the line, as it were.
Yeah. So here's the thing about frenzy, particularly like hunger frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get tired.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
No.
Especially when you're just embraced. So you can definitely hold it there, and you're more than capable of, fending off even the frenzied strength of this fledgling. But it doesn't stop. And Alex, you see this guy, and eventually, like, you see the door. Even though you're holding it, the door is starting to break.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop obfuscate.
Okay. He is attacking you.
Okay. What do I have to make him stop?
You're in a meat market right now. Like, there's stuff around here. I was very specific when I was like, "This is the type of place I want."
I mean,
so
the place the room that he is in an office room.
Yeah.
They don't keep.
Let me.
They don't. But
or a wooden chair nearby or something.
Oh God.
No. I don't know. We got this.
Okay. I trust you.
I am going to. Okay, I got to think for a second here. I've got cool powers.
You do, but like I said, he's attacking you. So how are you responding to that?
I'm getting attacked. Like I can't really do much about it.
All right. Well then that would be a Dex Athletics to attempt to defend yourself in some way.
All right.
Oh wait, I should be rolling way more hunger dice.
Oh no.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a hungry boy.
Oh, my athletics is none. And my dex is 2. Okay, so this is great. I'm feeling great about this. I had 2 successes, which is great.
It's going real good, actually. All things considered. Yeah.
I think I am going to buy a discipline now. Since I still only have 4 points of disciplines. Hold on 1 second.
Hold on, James. I'm taking a picture so I can of the roll.
Oh my God.
Just so you know.
So he knows you're not fudging it for drama.
Oof.
Oh. You know, sometimes you make a childer, on the spot.
Okay.
You don't violate, you don't kill without a real good reason, but when you do, the body
grow
gets
up
back up and it attacks you.
they grow up so fast, and I'm proud
sorry,
of my boy.
sorry, audience. This isn't the most engaging things, but I do just need him to see that
Oh,
roll.
that's pretty fun.
So that is.
Oh, he rolled real well, huh?
Yeah, he rolled real well.
Oh, we got a picture.
Absolutely a messy critical.
No.
So he is on you. His fangs are in you, and he is draining you.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, he can only.
Can I intervene?
No, he can only drink so fast.
He can only drink so fast. But yes, so the assault on the door stops, Cadence. And then you hear the sounds of scuffle.
Y'all, he literally sent me a Facebook picture of that dice roll. How dare you, sir?
Yeah. So he is on you, Alex. He's got his fangs into you, and he is taking blood from you.
Okay.
So, roll willpower for me, please.
I am gonna roll willpower.
Your unspent willpower, by the way.
Okay. I am gonna do that. I am also going to purchase my level 2. Since I have not been spending XP at all, I'd like to spend 2 by 2 powers.
Sure, why not?
Obfuscate level 2 and Dementation.
Okay. All right. So that's what's happening, but I do need you to make that willpower roll, please.
Okie dokie. Here we go.
You're unspent.
Fail it and create an Ouroboros. Blood draining.
I got 2 successes.
Okay, you're able to resist the kiss. But Cadence, you are able to open the door and you see what is happening.
Okay, she is going to try and pull this guy off of Alex. And I'm going to make a rouse check to funnel 1 into strength to do so.
Okay.
Or to help me do so, rather.
Love it.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength brawl roll.
I like to imagine somewhere from wherever Madison is at, he would look at what we're doing and he'd be so fucking proud.
I'm sorry, Scott. I'm actually buying Mesmerize instead of Dementation.
Okay, noted.
And can I have my grappling specialty?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Madison wouldn't have wanted us
4
to.
successes. Okay.
4.
So, Alex, you are down 2 more hunger.
Okay, that's fine.
What does that set you to?
4.
Okay. Cadence, you pull him off.
Mm-hmm.
And he just...
Before he breaks eye contact with me, I would like to mesmerize him.
Okay.
I would like to say, conquer your beast immediately.
Yeah, you are able to like get his attention and just get that idea into his head, and he just sort of slumps down into the corner.
Okay.
And that is where we're going to take our break.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Good
All right.
break.
See you guys soon.
God, this is so great.
How
This is
many
one of my favorite
successes
games
was
so
that
far.
roll?
It was pretty good.
It was
All
a
right.
lot of successes.
All right. All right, welcome back to Simulacra Studios presents Vampire the Masquerade, Burn It Down. When last we left our blood-sucking heroes, they were in a meat market in Kirkwood. No, not in Kirkwood, in Edgewood. Where Willow and Roman have been grimly taking care of the corpses that they made earlier in the evening.
Yeah.
And Alex has most recently had himself a kid. You know, responsibility.
Daddy
comes to us all. So in this terrible little smelly, cramped office, Alex, you still have like this sort of very, very brutal bite on your neck from these sort of barely formed fangs. Cadence, you have wrenched this guy off of Alex, and he just seems to collapse, kind of into you, but down to the floor very quickly thereafter. So yeah, that's what's happening.
Did you just do what it looks like you just did?
So I'm going to kind of look up at you, and you will see that Alex's eyes are, they're almost looking through you. Like this does not look like any version of Alex you've ever seen before. Like this does not look like him. And he kind of looks up at you and looks through you and speaks at you in what might be some kind of a language. And then he is going to go back over to Christian, and he's going to say, Christian, are you with me?
What the fuck, man? What?
It was the only way to save your life.
He like puts his hand on his heart. And like,
in a manner of speaking. Listen, I need, if you can't live like this, I understand. But I need to ask you a question that only you can answer, because none of this went the way I hoped that it would. I know that you knew what I was. I know that you also knew that I wasn't out on the streets killing. If you had thought if you had thought for a second I was out there killing, you would have taken care of me a long time ago. I'm not a killer, but your brothers, they're gone, but not completely. They can be brought back too. That's a decision that you have to make.
I need to know: are the sounds of dismemberment still going on right now, or have you paused?
I mean, so we're probably working feet up right now. We're probably working feet up, and we kept pausing because we kept hearing shit in the back, and I'm just like, what's going on? But then
so we can still save him. He just won't have legs.
That's fine. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I mean, you could, but limbs are already coming off.
That's fine.
Like their heads aren't off, but limbs are off.
Someone can make me an intelligence occult roll.
Oh hey, I have that skill.
I have those.
I have it too.
Well, more specifically, probably Alex and Cadence would be the ones, because they're the ones involved in this particular conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
right.
We're busy.
So, Alex, you gonna make that roll?
Yeah, I'm making it right now. I'm just checking my. I have a lot of dice for this roll. Not that many, but not too bad. Also, they're all hunger dice because I have 4 hunger.
Oh boy.
I got 1 success.
Okay. It's been 30 minutes since both of those men died.
Okay.
There is no way to bring them back to the power.
Yeah, but I didn't say I was an honest person. I just
Fair
said
enough.
that
Okay,
I was,
so you're lying. Gotcha.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So, Kate, like you both absolutely know that that's not true. He's like, no, man, no, we couldn't do that. I couldn't bring them back like this. What the?
It's a terrible existence. It's awful. I'm sorry that I did it to you, but I spared you the worst of it. But this was what was done to me too.
Empathy.
I used to have a great career ahead of me. I came to the States. I was going to be famous, and I was sort of famous. And then I was caught unawares during a drug-fueled bender. This is what happened to me. And this is what you've been trained to kill. People like me who were victims, just like you were a victim now. So I'm going to leave it up to you. It's a done deal. But I won't make you go through another night of this if it's not what you want. If you really hate what we are so deeply, and you don't think that there's any way you could continue to exist, my mates just outside the door will put you down tonight, as soon as we're finished with this conversation. But I think there is still a way for you to move forward with the good that I know that is in your heart. and to do the good that you want to do, just like we are trying to do. It's a decision that you have to make.
You, he puts his hand up to his neck, and he pulls out a small silver crucifix necklace, and just sort of clutches it.
Oh.
He says, I don't fucking know, man. I've seen you. I've seen what you, maybe not you, but I've seen what you things do.
Oh, I have too. And the vast, vast majority of the monsters like me need to go. And if I had my way, most of us would. But I can't do anything if I don't walk this earth. I don't kill, Christian. I never have. Not once. Not a human. I've killed others like me. I killed the one who made me not a week ago. I know what is in your heart, and I get it, and it's in my heart too. That's why I couldn't let you die tonight, because I believe that you're still on the right team.
Shit, Alex, you killed me.
You're right, I did. Because your heart was going to stop in the next 25 minutes no matter what I did. Unless I was willing to take you to a hospital for you to receive a blood transfusion. Which I'm not really equipped to go to a hospital, Christian. Not when there are people out on the streets with automatic weapons looking to take me down. So those people out there, they were going to feed you into a bandsaw.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
That's what he hears.
Damn it.
This was the only option I had to keep your soul here on this planet. Which is where I think your soul needs to be. Because your fight is the good one. I won't say that you've been wrong about anything. Maybe not even me. But I needed you here. Or I at least needed you to have the right to make that decision for yourself.
You have sort of an aftershock of vision. You see two things happening. You see him destroyed, either by the hands of your coterie, or by walking out into the sun. Or you see him by himself walking into a church.
Okay.
And he, while you're kind of stuck by this, he'll look around and he'll look to you, Cadence. Not really necessarily looking at you or speaking to you, but sort of like addressing the both of you. Say, will you let me walk out of here?
I would like to let you walk out of here, but I will ask a few questions first, and if you will be willing to just answer those questions, then absolutely, I will let you walk out of here.
Will she?
She will.
Sure. But we gotta like the answers to your questions.
Yeah, love that stipulation. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you better ask him then.
All right. So he'll sort of motion for Willow.
You go through what's left of the door and shout so I can hear you over the sound of fucking saws.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, Roman. Can you take over from here?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Hey, listen, real sorry about all of this. It got out of fucking hand, you know?
It did get out of hand.
Hey, listen, I'll make it up to you later. All right? Cool. And so she goes to follow the sound of Alex calling her.
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
So you see this destroyed door, this cramped office,
My door.
where Alex, Cadence, and apparently Christian, who's up and active.
Huh.
I will give it to you that he is not breathing.
So, Alex.
Yeah.
You remember when you shouted at me in traffic?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
no.
fuck you. But ask me your questions.
Okay. So, how involved are you with the Second Inquisition?
He kind of blinks a few times. The what?
Where do you get
People
your
funding
equipment
you.
from?
Who gave you your shit? Yeah.
He kind of like, he thinks for a second and like, oh, that's what. He kind of looks around. He says, they sponsor us. Like I know, if you guys, friends of friends through law enforcement, and they liked what we were doing, so they gave us some stuff, pointed us in some directions. I don't know anybody.
How often? So, do they check up on you at all?
Every couple months.
Will they notice that you're gone?
Fuck yeah, they will.
What will the response to that be? Like, were you important?
Or
were you just being used?
We haven't. I don't know what the response will be. We were doing our job. We didn't have any fuck-ups.
Where did you cart off the people you kidnapped? Where are they? Are they dead?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You just dropped them off?
Well, yeah, they're dead, but I don't know if they're still walking.
Where did you take them?
This is, there was a drop-off point in Emory.
Where?
Near Emory.
What is going on?
I will let everybody know that the Emory area around Emory Hospital and Emory University, that is the area where the CDC is.
Mm.
So those guys are long gone.
The federal government.
Mm.
Like, I assumed they were at least connected. Yeah.
Cool. So then those are all lost causes. Great.
I don't know, man. I've seen one or two of them.
Do they come back?
No, they don't come back, but...
What prompted you to attack the asylum tonight?
We knew that place was one of yours for a couple of months. We weren't attacking. We were just poking the hornet's nest.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no shit.
Wow. Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
You gave him the talk about how no one fucking asks for this shit?
I did.
Cool.
But he's not wrong. He's not wrong that we might be the good guys. But we just killed one of our own not a week ago. We're not all good guys.
No one's a good guy.
Nobody is. There's no such thing as a good guy, Alex.
There's just people trying to survive.
The creatures that made us are a blight on this reality. I know it and you know it. We're doing our best. We're trying not to repeat the terrible, awful fucking mistakes that they made. But we shouldn't be here.
Oh, all right. Well, this is kind of a lot for you to dump on me right now. I wasn't really prepared for you to get in on the philosophy of why we exist.
We exist because 12,000 years ago, a bunch of assholes and created us because they are selfish fucks. That's why we're here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, 100%. And then everyone just kept being selfish.
Yeah.
All the way down. And I look at Christian, all the way down.
Hey, looks like I caught the disease too.
I know, you sure fucking did.
Well, I wasn't feeding people to fucking bandsaws, was I?
Guys,
Listen.
can we not do this right now?
No fair.
Yeah.
All right. So they dropped off the technology. They contact you every once in a while. Are there others? Like other groups?
Yeah.
All we want is to be able to avoid them. If you tell us, we won't go out of our way to fucking kill them.
We truly, truly won't, Christian.
We really don't want
so
to.
this was personal?
No. We were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
My brother got shot out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
I mean, you were out there fomenting a fucking riot, Christian.
We were.
These are rough times, man. I have no idea who pulled the trigger on that.
He says, we weren't there. We weren't there to cause any violence. We were there to put pressure.
You wouldn't have shot us. Bullshit.
Not in front of 200 people.
The game that I've been playing with these boys has been going on for a long time. They've had every opportunity to shoot me and they haven't done it. And I've had every opportunity to kill them when they've been backstage at one of my shows and I haven't done it. It's been for lack of a better term, just a sort of soap opera we've been telling each other. Tonight is not like anything that's ever happened. I don't know why it happened. I'm not fucking happy about it. But what we need to know, Christian, because it's going to get real now, and it's not just going to be your people and our people that are going to die. Mortals, people who have no fucking clue why they're caught up between us, are going to get caught up between us, and we want to avoid that. So if you can help us figure out where and when they're going to be and how much they know about us, we can at the very least make sure that when those moments happen, they don't happen on a crowded fucking street corner like they did tonight.
He's right.
Look, man, I know a couple people. I know a couple of people who do what we do. I don't know where they are. I don't know what their operations are like. We share notes every now and then.
Can I have your notes?
I don't have them on me.
Take me to get them. Take me to get them, and I'm out of your life, if you want it.
Sure, let's go.
Okay.
Like to roll wits insight?
Oh, no, I absolutely know it's a trap. And I'm going to say to these guys, I'm going to go with him. You guys, I'll be back soon.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
Alex, please.
I've got this.
Alex, I said I trusted you when you took him into the back room.
Mm-hmm.
Um...
Gambits don't work unless we roll the dice, sweetie.
Oh, I think tonight I figured that out. So, yeah. All right, if you want to go die, go ahead. Please, go ahead. Treat Alex with love and respect. He's the best of us. And I just sort of like open what's left of the door. I'm just like, I'm gonna just fucking take it off its goddamn hinges. Go on.
All right, so I escort him out to one of my waiting vehicles.
Can I have a word with you before you head off?
Sure. What?
She's gonna sort of pull him to the side, like not out of sight of Christian, but just so they can have like a semi-private conversation.
Okay.
What's your game here?
Christian is at a crossroads right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is bloodbound to me. He doesn't, even though he's distraught about his brother's death, I'm the only thing he has left. And he loves me, but he doesn't know why. And I think that a part of him is probably rationalizing that as that he's always sort of loved me. All three of them have. It's why they followed me around. It's this cat and mouse game that we've played for so long together. So right now he knows that I'm walking into a trap with him, and he knows that he's got me dead to drop if he wants to take me, but I'm also literally the last thing he has left. So he either has to make a decision, or he has to make a decision. Either he dies tonight and he takes me down with him, or he protects the only family he has left. And once he has done that, once he has protected me against them, we've got him forever.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
I see a lot. Strangely enough, I see the logic there.
That's not. Oh my god.
I mean, Willow, you have heightened senses. You could have heard that.
I look over at Alex and I'm like, I close what's left of the door.
I don't claim to agree.
Okay,
with
cool.
it,
At this point,
Alex, I don't have that kind of fucking firepower right now.
Then don't worry.
Give me some fucking time.
Don't worry about me. If it goes to shit and I'm wrong, I'll get out.
Would you be?
What the fuck are you talking about, Alex?
If it goes to shit and I'm wrong, I'll get away.
Would you be offended if I was a couple hundred yards behind? I will not go into the place wherever you go, but if I am nearby.
Why the fuck are we trying to bait more of them? What the fuck are you doing?
I'm not trying to bait.
If you want to play fucking good cop, bad cop, I'll fucking be your bad cop. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not trying to bait more of them. We do need those notes.
Where the fuck are you going to take him?
To his house to get his notes. We need them.
Waiting after this shit?
What?
Shot a bunch of them.
Yeah, we did.
So, Roman,
Mm-hmm.
you're pretty much finished by now.
Yeah,
what are you up to?
I am just sitting there, disgusted with myself for the events of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting at a sweet little humanity of 8, and so I'm just like, this, strictly speaking, is not outside of my code, but it's damn close. And I don't even know that this fellow's embraced yet.
No, you don't.
And so I go over to a sink. I start washing my hands off. Covered in mess. All right. I wash up, turn off the sink, kind of rub the water in my face a bit, and I step out. I step outside, and I walk right into the middle of their discussion.
You have lost your goddamn mind. If there's something in his fucking apartment, I will sneak in and go fucking get it. I do not trust you to do shit.
Excuse me.
Pardon? Oh, sorry, Roman. What's up?
Cleanup job's done.
All of it? Did you pour RNAs all over the ground?
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
Cool. You power hosed everything?
Maybe I didn't. But
you should go make sure, Willow. Trust me to make sure that shit don't get more real than it has tonight. We all made mistakes. So
you're absolutely right. I definitely did make some fucking mistakes. And the biggest mistake would be letting him do that.
I will be there. It will not go wrong.
Do you think you could take multiple?
I trust that I could take Alex.
Do you think you could take multiple of them out, Cadence?
I'm going to sort of lean forward, and I'm going to have a little smile on my face, and I'm going to say, when we needed to figure out in a moment how to break an elder's blood bond, I just figured out how to do it. When we needed to find a way to kill my sire who had inside of him the blood of a Methuselah, I was the one who figured out how to do it. It's all well and good that we play this game. Alex is a madman. He's cute. He's incompetent. Every single fucking time we've gotten anything done, I've been right there in the heart of it. Listen to me this time.
I can't. I just don't want to not be able to protect you. Do you understand?
I know, sister, I know. I know that you don't want to be able to protect me. I know. Well, what you said. I know what you said, and what you said, I understand. What I need you to do for me right now is give me a chance to make my silly little, probably not silly at all plan work. And if I'm wrong, I'll get away. And if I don't, burn their houses down, kill them all.
What are we talking? Roman is now like just cursorily like scanning the rooms and stuff. Sees that guy's awake.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, there's the other guy, huh? He looks over in the van. We had another one, right?
I'm going to turn towards Roman and I'm going to say, Jigsaw, you need to fucking cool it for a second.
Whoa. Hold on. No, I think you've misunderstood me. Why is he... What'd you do?
I had a conversation with a friend. Oh, if you think this is the most fucked up thing you're going to see hanging out with us, you are sorely mistaken, because when I get back, we're pulling out the goblet. So I'm going to go, and you can explain to him what I just said.
Alex, take your fucking friend.
Yes!
Take your fucking friend and go, Alex. Before I fucking kill you.
Okay, so Alex is going now.
Cadence is just going to pat off behind.
So, yeah, you're able to get a car here. And yeah, Christian, all the while, Christian has been just kind of silently observing you guys and all of what's been going on. But he gets in the car with you, Alex. So Cadence, you are so what's I need to know what the plan is, because he knows where he wants to go. He gives an address to your driver, Alex.
Okay, I'm gonna have her describe what she's doing, but I'm gonna say before the driver goes, I'm gonna stop him and have a quick monologue with him.
Sure.
What is Cadence doing?
If you will let her ride with you to at the very least a block before you're supposed to get out, so she can be in the vicinity. And actually, she's going to ask for her bracelet back.
He'll give you the bracelet back, but he'll have a car pick you up behind.
Okay, all right. She's like, I'm going to be in the area. If I see this go off, then I'm going to call for backup.
Sure, of course.
But yeah.
So I'm going to put my hand on Christian's hand before the driver goes, and I'm going to say, Christian, I know what your immediate impulse is. And if you want to get us both killed tonight, then I understand that. That's fine. I also need you to think very, very strongly before I tell my driver to go, that in all the time that you ever saw me, in all the time that you followed me, did I ever hurt anyone? Or do you think that maybe, just maybe, a little bit of what I've said tonight is true? And that we're all bad, but I'm the least bad of them?
I need you to roll charisma persuasion for me, please.
Yeah, you do, baby.
To get a bonus for that, considering
Like,
this is
listen,
a kid.
Take care of him. He's the fucking best of us.
You do get a die bonus.
Fuck yeah, baby. This gonna work. If not, I'm gonna be spending some goddamn willpower.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, Roman.
I am gonna. What in willpower? Can I still spend one willpower
You
for extra
cannot.
dice?
Yeah, you can spend a willpower point to roll 3 non-hunger dice.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Obviously.
Well, you re-roll them. You don't add them.
Okay, I'm gonna pull those out, and we're gonna spend that after the roll.
Yeah, that's how you generally do that.
And I'm gonna spend them.
Good.
All right, I have 4 successes.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So yeah, he gets in. He says, I'm not gonna take you to where I got my stuff. I need to go to church, man. I need to be. And he once again he takes the crucifix in his hand. He's like, I don't know what I need to do, but I need to go to the house of the Lord.
Let's go. I'll go with you. I'm not a believer myself, but who knows, man? After the events of tonight, fuck, maybe everything will change. Let's go. Driver, go where he says.
All right. So yeah, he gives him a location. It's in it's a church in Decatur.
Okay.
And yeah, he starts to go, and another car shows up shortly after, and picks you up, Cadence, and starts following that one.
Okay.
So back at the meat market, Willow and Roman.
Fucking Willow is like one hand against the wall, just like.
Roman is attempting not to frenzy. He is just like,
I'm so sorry about all of this. I cannot express to you how out of hand that got.
yeah.
And I'm sure that this is not like a great introduction to all of this, but this is the level at which Atlanta has been since I got here last year.
Jesus Christ.
It's a fucking shit show. I'm from LA. This is more of a shit show than I've seen downtown, Watts, Malibu, whatever. All of it. This is worse. It's bullshit. And I'm super sorry.
Your friend sired him.
Well, because he's... Yeah. I don't know why. There's something with Alex, and I can't explain what it is. Alex can do things I didn't know we could do.
That's not an excuse.
It's not.
They're not our playthings.
I didn't fucking sire him. And I'm going to fucking beat his ass about it later.
You're right. It wasn't you. I don't... I need to be able to trust you guys. Who fired that shot?
I fired that shot.
Why?
Because they've been dragging us off in vans. They have been dragging us off for months.
Yeah, but if you hadn't shot him in the head,
What?
If you hadn't done what you did, none of this would have happened.
No, of course not.
We could have found the information that you're looking for. I could have found the information that you're looking for. Nobody had to die.
What?
That guy, that poor fucking idiot. He didn't have to become one of us.
What kind of soft fucking shit is that? It's the second fucking Inquisition. Everyone is so. Oh my god! Did we pick up another fucking Madison? This is horse shit. You are a fucking anarch.
You're goddamn
you kill,
right.
Sometimes you have to fucking kill.
Yeah. No, I know. Believe me, I fucking know.
Is this a problem? Is this going to be a problem? Are you a pacifist? Will you not kill?
I will kill. I will kill any
Good.
Any motherfucker that stands between us. However, when it comes to the living, we keep them out of it. And it's not just a matter of softness. It's how we stay alive.
They knew who Alex was. They knew he was a vampire. They were active. They knew our faces. They had actively been courting each other for, I think, years.
There are ways around that. We have gifts. We have abilities that make that a non-issue.
And if it would have happened, it would have happened a long time ago. Clearly, it wasn't going to fucking happen. I'm sorry. I'm yelling. I'm not like this. I don't like yelling. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's stop yelling then.
Okay. Roman, I need you to roll your unspent willpower for me, please.
Alrighty.
Yeah, things are getting spicy there.
Yeah, you might be willing to let this go, but your beast might not be.
Fair.
Yeah.
Given your level of hunger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm pretty hungry. 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to cool down.
It got out of hand.
Mm-hmm. I'll say.
Yeah. People die.
People die, shit breaks is not acceptable. Not for me. We have to try harder.
All right. Well, next time, I hope that you are in the position where you don't have to do that.
Me too. Try not to put me there.
Huh. Excellent. She grabs a power hose and finishes cleaning up and just takes the door off of its hinges and is like, I just have to repair this to make it look like nothing happened here, and then goes into the room proper where the dude frenzied. And then she fucking loses her mind when she sees how fucked up it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Willow's just gonna fucking frenzy inside that room. Just after she sees how bad it is, she's just like, fuck this has been a fucking shit night. I fucking hate all these anarchs, this no-kill fucking bullshit. What sort of hippy-dippy nonsense is this? Fucking what? And so she loses her fucking mind inside of that office.
Okay.
And so, I think what Roman is probably going to try to do is he's going to start making phone calls to set up a meeting. He's hungry, and
okay.
He's got a few people that he's met in town who is he's got a few people in town who he's been
you've got some people in a certain scene that
mm-hmm.
that can your activities can be rationalized.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make a call. Yeah, go ahead and give me. Let's see. There's a standard roll for that. For your predator type.
Yes.
And you add your herd to it.
Okay. Outstanding. Let me pull up that second part of my sheet.
Sorry, just looking up the rules on the exact roll for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Predator pools 307.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be manipulation, persuasion, and you add your herd in dice to that.
I have a specialty for victims.
That'll add to it, yeah.
All right, and how do specialties work exactly
they just
in this
add
one?
A die.
Cool. All right. So it was manipulation, persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ready. Oh boy. Yeah, 4 successes.
Yeah, you're able to get some people on the phone. You if you want someone to come to the Tramp Little Meat
God,
Market
no.
where you are, you can make that happen with that roll.
Oof, no.
But
Oh, please don't.
yeah, you can make an
not super
arrangement to
proud of
go
this.
somewhere else and get that taken care of.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Once my business here has concluded.
Sure. On the road, the first car makes it to, like I said, it's a church in Decatur. It's a Lutheran church. And he, on the way there, he's like, I need a call to make. I need to make a call to make certain someone knows I'm coming here.
You're free, man. I'm not. Nothing has changed. You're not a slave. You do whatever you want.
He's like, all right. And he makes a call. And he just basically says, like, he has a brief conversation with someone on the other line. Like, he apologizes for waking them up. And just says that he needs to meet them at the church. Yeah, it's a brief conversation. He finishes it. Eventually, the car shows up. And he says, do you want to come in?
I mean, if I'm going to leave it up to you, Christian. Look, I've committed a pretty grave violation against you tonight. You may not want me around for something as important to you as this, but if you do want me around, then I will come.
He's like, I don't know.
That's perfectly reasonable.
He says, he pauses for a while, like with his hand on the car door. And like one of his eyes starts to well up with a bead of blood. And he looks you right in the eye and he says, I know what my brother did, man.
Look, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone, okay? I never once, not this whole time, not one moment throughout all of this, thought any of you were bad people. Even knowing what happened that night. I just... It's hard when you believe something truly deeply in the heart of you. Your brother made some decisions that didn't work out, but he's not a bad man. I don't believe in a heaven or a hell, but if I'm wrong, I don't believe he went the wrong way.
Just, I would have been right there with you back when all that went down. But he was my fucking brother, man.
I know, and look, one day, maybe, I hope, however all this shakes, even if I die tonight, I hope that you can find a way to forgive me for your brother's death this evening and for what I've done to you. But for that to happen, I know you don't, but for there even to be a chance for it, you've got to make it through the night. So that's what's most important to me.
He opens the door. He says, "Come if you want. This isn't a fucking trap."
I go with him.
All right. So Cadence, your car pulls up around the corner. In time, you see Alex and Christian get out of the car and start heading into this church.
All right. She's just gonna hang out on the street, like near the corner of the building, so she's like in a close vicinity to them, but she's not going to go inside. She's just going to wait and see if anything she just wants to keep an eye on her bracelet and make sure it doesn't ping.
Okay.
She's going to give them her privacy.
So in the church, it's empty. It's dark. But he seems to know his way towards where like the pastor's offices are, which is where he is going. And he's met by an older woman. She's not wearing vestments or anything, but she's not wearing pajamas. She's just wearing kind of casual clothes, and she sort of looks between the two of you and says, "Christian, what's this all about? Who's this?" And he says, I don't know what to say or how to start this, but there's something real bad's happened. She says, I got a call after you called. There's somebody coming here. I really need to know what's going on. He's like, you know that business that I've been getting involved with some of the people in the national church. And she kind of nods, like, I'm aware of it. He says, well, it went real bad tonight. Brett and Aiden are dead. I don't know how much you know about that business, but... And he kind of looks to you, Alex. How do we fucking explain this? She doesn't know.
No, I've never known what the right words are. I'm new at this, man. I mean, not as new as you, but I've been doing this for a little over 5 or 6 years. It's pretty new to me too.
He says, whatever you're involved with, I know it's big and it's scary. I mean, the people from the church who you've been working with. I don't know if I should know about this, Christian. I'm sorry, who are you?
Sorry, my name is Alex. I'm just another poor soul who was caught up in all of this.
He says, well, one of our church's major donors, he called, or someone working for him called, and said that he was going to come by. Apparently he knows something about this, and maybe I should just let him deal with it. Because I don't think... I want to be here for you, Christian, but I don't think I want to know what you're tangled up in. I don't think it would be good for the congregation or any... I want to... She sits down and she pulls out a handkerchief and starts to dab her eyes.
As she sits down, I'm just going to lean down and say, I'm going to say, it's all right. None of this even happened. And I'm going to cloud her memory.
Okay. You're able to wipe this evening from her mind.
And I'm going to take Christian and I'm going to say, let's go out into the rectory and wait for your friend. I don't think she deserves
I don't know
this.
who the fuck she's talking about.
Oh.
Yikes.
Yikes.
So I'm gonna take him still out into the rectory so she can sort of sit there, and I'm gonna say, we have a decision to make. I don't know precisely what is coming, but they're going to view you the same way they view me. Even though you didn't ask for this, even though this wasn't your fault, I didn't either, and it wasn't mine either, and they're gonna view you the same way they view me. I've told my friends to back away. If you're ready to go down tonight because of what you believed in earlier this evening, then that's what we'll do. I'll do it here with you because I did this to you and I deserve that. But I think we should probably go. And I think you should come with me. And I think we should try to keep fighting the good fight on this side of the dark.
Cadence. From your vantage point, you see it's a fairly well appointed Cadillac roll up outside the church. And a man gets out of the back and just sort of looks up at the church. He makes the sign of the cross and he starts to head in. You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Okay. For the benefit of the viewers, Cadence, it looks like, did get a text from Alex saying someone from the church is coming. I don't think it's a trap, but I can get out if the God Squad shows run.
Is he the God Squad?
So she doesn't run yet. She sort of backs into a shadow so she can be unseen.
Okay.
And she pays attention to this guy. She's looking back and forth between him and the bracelet Reagan gave her, and she is prepping a text to send off if shit goes downhill to Roman and Willow.
Do me a favor and roll Composure Subterfuge for me.
Okay. This is... Could I argue stealth?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. That's how this is gonna go. That's 3.
Okay.
That's not bad.
He stops before heading into the church
Oof.
and looks in your direction.
Okay.
Oh man.
Does he say anything, or is he just looking? And does it look like
he's looking at you, like no bullshit, like looking straight at you, and he just sort of pauses for a moment and motions to you
to come forward?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. This is stressful.
She will take a single step forward just so that she acknowledges that she has been acknowledged, but she's not going up to him.
We should probably do this all together inside.
Oh my fucking god.
It's unseemly to be in public for this sort of thing.
What are we doing?
Talking business.
Give me 1 second. and she's like, I'm coming. I just gotta do one thing first, and she holds up her phone.
By all means.
And she gets rid of the other text, and she preps a text to send to Reagan. And she's not going to send it, but it's just going to it's going to have the address they're at.
Okay.
And it's going to it's going to say, like, if you can help, great. If not, sorry.
Okay.
And she's going to have that up with her finger on the send button, like, just ready. Like, if she needs to send it, she will. And she'll go inside.
Yeah, he sort of looks at it and like, he just has kind of a nonplussed look on his face when he sees you're fiddling with your device. He's like, whatever you need to feel comfortable. And inside the church, he says, I don't know. I just, ever since I came to, I've been feeling like I should be here.
This is where you should be.
So the doors to the church open, and Cadence and a middle-aged man with sandy blonde hair. He's wearing a suit that is, say, a couple of decades out of fashion, but is well worn, well tailored. Walks in.
Cadence just looking like, sorry guys. She has her hands up in the air like,
Alex's face is very placid.
And he says, he looks around the church, and there's just kind of like, off to the side, there's kind of like a sitting area. He motions to it.
Alex will go over there and sit down.
And he sort of looks to you, and he takes a seat. And he says, I got a very interesting message earlier this evening from an associate of mine. Said he was calling in a favor. Said he knew that there was a new member of his family in my city. I was very confused by this.
Can I sense the beast on this guy?
You may roll that.
That's probably what he fucking rolled on me earlier.
Oh God, my spine just went real cold.
Oh Christ! What is that roll again? I always forget it.
Hey Roman, your fucking squad shows up.
With one fucking sentence, we went from one kind of fear to a very
we're in the room with the Malkavian Primogen right now. I did not anticipate that at all.
This is not Dr. Netchurch. You've met him before.
Who is this dude?
I have my suspicions here based on how Mr. Christian's embrace went.
Oh shit! Right, he's. Oh no.
Oh God.
The roll is resolve animalism games.
Right. Thank you.
Oops. What?
You just signed yourself a salubri, my dude. I don't know how that works.
I don't know what that is.
It's a crit, but it's only 4.
You sense the weirdest thing. there's a beast,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like normally it's a wild animal sort of sensation. This feels domesticated.
This motherfucker's in Golconda. Holy
Yeah,
shit, he's in Connor. Oh god, what have I done?
What have
and
you done?
she just looks at him and she's like,
This
thinking, is
is
this guy not on fucking horse tranks? Like, what is this? Like, she looks very
is-
confused.
allow me. Let us not be too rude. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Werner, of the clan of the Rose.
Oh no.
I'm so confused.
I am Monitor, is the title I bear.
Monitor. I'm not familiar with that term, I'm sorry.
You wouldn't be, most likely. But anyway, my
Right.
friend very frantically got in contact with me. As I said, one of his family, new to the blood. We were unaware. Something strange must have happened.
Right. Something strange did happen. A lot of strange things happened tonight. But I feel like I know more or less exactly what strange thing you're talking about. And I'm willing to tell you all about it. But two things have to happen first. One is that Christian has to say that it's okay for me to talk openly about this, since we are talking about him, I assume.
He says, yes, we are. And he says, he looks to Christian. He says, I'm sorry that we're speaking of you as though you are not here, but you have to understand we are, The uncouth way to say it is the adults in the room. And this is, he just says, if you can explain to me what I've been feeling ever since I came out of that whatever happened, then I'm willing to hear whatever the fuck it is you have to say. And Werner kind of winces at that. And he says, not in the house of the Lord, please. Keep an unprofane tongue in. And Christian just kind of shuts up. It's like, oh fuck.
So a long time ago, I had a vision, and that vision was of it's not important. The vision is not important. What is important is that during the vision, uh, you're either going to kill me or you're not going to. So I'm just going to tell you. A third eye opened in the middle of my forehead, and I healed a woman of all her afflictions.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't tell you about it because it was please don't curse in the house of the Lord.
Sorry.
It was really weird, and it's never happened to me before, and I don't know why it happened. And tonight, when I gave this to Christian, I made sure that I channeled that energy again. It was important to me because I remember that feeling being one of healing. It was one of all of our feelings are of affliction. All of our feelings are of destruction and harm. And I remember that feeling being different. I was different when it was happening. I wanted to help. I wanted to heal. I didn't want to hurt anyone. And I felt like when I did this thing to Christian tonight, that it was really important. And you don't tell the rest of them about this, Cadence. This is what I didn't want them to hear.
Lips are sealed.
I felt like it was really important that if he was going to die tonight, he feel that way that I felt that night. Because that's actually the night that he was talking about earlier. That's the night that your brother did that, Christian. I healed that woman. And I don't know how I did it, but I gave it to you, whatever it is. So, yeah, that is what happened tonight, Mr. Werner.
He takes that in and he says, that is fascinating. So we can do this a few ways. know that what you have done is, some would call it as close to a miracle as our kind can wrought.
I keep doing that.
Clearly you are marked by many. But what you have done is place upon this man a rare, beautiful, terrible curse. I know you're not unfamiliar with such things, but it would be best if I were to take him amongst his family, whom I know, so that he can learn from them what he is and the burden he now bears.
I'm going to turn towards Christian and I'm going to say, Christian, I will leave all choices up to you forevermore. I took one choice away from you, and I'll never do it again. I think this is the right thing for you to do. What do you think?
He just kind of shakes his head and is like, I do not know.
I can tell you that what I did to you tonight, I did from a place that I've never felt before. That place that I was telling him about that night that I healed that woman. I've never felt it before or since, and it was the most peaceful thing I've ever felt. I think you should go with him, but it's up to you. And I mean that insofar as to mean that I'm 1,000% sure he would dispatch me with no trouble whatsoever, but if you decide not to go with him and he tries to force you, I'll try to stop him.
Werner speaks up and he says, that's not my way.
I had a feeling, and I'm glad to hear it, because I am very scared of you.
You should be.
I am.
Now, conversely, as it would be best for me to take him, it would be best for you, he looks at the two of you, to know as little about any of this as possible.
As long as I get Christian's notes, I don't even need to remember that this happened, if that's what you mean.
He says, I would not do that.
I appreciate that, because I'd like to remember it, though I'll never make sense of it.
No, you most likely won't. As far as his notes are concerned, that is not my providence. He says, I have very little to do with that sort of thing. But I am willing to take him to his family. I am willing to see that he has the best opportunity to bear this burden you have given him.
So I'm going to turn towards Christian again, and I'm going to say, Christian, I'm fucking terrified right now. But I think this is the right thing. I would ask that you give me those notes so that my people can stay here and continue fighting the fight that we have always fought. And I have a feeling this is not the last time we'll see each other.
Yeah, Christian looks to you and he says, he pulls out his wallet and he pulls out a business card. And it has some computer information on it, like there's an email address and some other computery looking stuff.
Everything I'll need to get into his accounts.
Basically, yeah. And he says, I don't know why I'm doing this, but everything feels right here.
It's been a night like that, hasn't it?
And he hands it over to you.
And I'll take it, and as I'll take his hands in mine, and I'll say, for better or worse, you and I are linked now in a way that cannot be undone. I don't know what's about to happen for you, but if you ever need me, I'm here for you. For whatever I can offer.
Werner stands up and goes over and sort of puts a hand on Christian's shoulder and says, "We need to get going."
Right. Well, so do we. Long night. Lot to do. Thanks.
You've done a good thing. Well, you've done the right thing, at least in this church.
Yeah.
And I know there is much going on in this city. I believe that there may be things happening in this city that could warrant a response from my organization.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk about that at some later point.
I have a feeling that the moment you decide to talk about that, we're going to talk about that no matter what else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask this, though. We are here, ultimately, to protect the people of this city. If there's anything that you can do to assist us in that, we're children. We're children playing with masters of this game. We need whatever help we can get.
You most certainly do. Expect me when you see me. And he leads Christian out of the church.
And the moment he's no longer in the church, I'm going to turn to Cadence and say, well, that was fucking terrifying, wasn't it?
Dude, that guy, it was like he's got a beast, but it's like a lapdog.
Yeah, I'm going to, now that he's gone, go ahead. Oh, I don't have a cult. Never mind. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Like, it was his lapdog that was fucking weird.
That was how I felt that night. That thing happened. That was how I felt. And that's why I didn't tell any of you. And that's why you're the only one hearing it now. And that's why I don't want them to know, because I don't know what it means. And it scared me. But I've got the notes, and Christian's gone. So we should probably get back to our people.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So yeah, Roman, you are able to get yourself down to Hunger 1 with your friends.
Cool.
Willow, you're able to finish cleaning everything up.
Yeah. Where's Eliana, by the way? Is she just hanging out in the van?
Yeah, she's around. She kind of distanced herself from this scene.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
But she will, when things have calmed down, she'll come and she's just like, so that was tense.
What part?
Like all of it?
Yeah, it was a little bit a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is I'm not down with killing.
Yeah, it seems like people aren't anymore.
But not because of the reasons that, like, Roman was apparently not down with it. Like, they're totally different reasons.
Why? I feel like I'm starting to...
It's religious.
Okay. It's a religious thing.
Like, you've never wanted... Like, I never got the feeling you wanted to have that conversation, so I'm not going to, like, put it on you.
No, I can't.
But that being said, I hope I showed that I have your back, right?
Thank you so much, Ileana. Cool. I mean that.
So, that being said, my suggestion, because a lot of heated stuff happened and it got really tense, and there's a way to handle it. There's a way to deal with it, and I'm gonna suggest because that thing that Alex said and you
Let me hear
stopped
it.
him from saying. We
Yeah.
should we should do we should we should do the Vauldery tonight because we don't want that shit to fester, and that has a way of making it better.
I know. I no, yeah, we should definitely. We've got to get Roman in on this shit because this was kind of a lot.
So why
Ugh.
don't you check up and let's get back to the Haven.
What do we? No, I have to take care of the last guy that's alive. I gotta put him in a fucking taxi or some shit.
It's just like, okay, why don't you let me do that?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Ileana, how old are you?
She says, well, that's kind of personal. I died in
When
World War
I was
II.
is this pacifist thing, is this new? Or am I just like getting at an age where like I'm seeing it more? It was never like this in LA. And I don't understand.
I don't know. Sweetie, I was sub-bought 3 months ago.
I don't understand why everybody feels like there is always a way to get things done without hurting people. It's not true. And I feel
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. You gotta. I know why you did what you did. I don't agree with it for very specific reasons. I would have never done it myself, but I got your back. We need to get
okay.
this done before the sun rises. I feel very strongly about that.
All right, no problem.
We can't sleep on this.
Cool. I'll tell everyone to get back to the Haven.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So yeah, so you all get a message, I'm assuming from Willow, about getting back to the Haven for family meeting.
Something very important.
And do all of you head back that way?
Mm-hmm.
I look at the message and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm in.
Okay. So yeah. So you guys meet back up at the warehouse center.
There's typing taking place and it makes me scared.
Yeah, FYI, I can't really look at chat right now because it'll fuck up the overlay.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you have something to say it.
Okay. So I think one of the things that a big part of Roman's issues with killing mortals is how he sees ghosts.
Yeah.
And so like they're fucking scary, man. Ghosts suck.
They're real bad.
They're bad. Especially when they realize that he sees them.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't always like have total control over that.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of being a vampire. It's something that's always happened to him. And so I think maybe during while the Vauldery is going on, like he agrees to whatever crap they want him to do.
Well, we're gonna have to role play that out. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
noted. All right, so yeah, you guys head back to the warehouse. Do you guys let Roman down to the speakeasy level?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's hacked up a body with us. He did that. What more is there to say at that point?
So once you guys are all down there, Ileana kind of goes over to Alex and she says, "You know what we need to do, right?"
I do. I absolutely know what we need to do.
because shit got real hot and crazy, and you're the one. I don't do that.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
you should.
just as
And
an aside.
she kind of like crooks her neck over to Roman.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that.
We should probably explain it to him before.
We're gonna try, but before we do that, hey, you remember that guy that was in our pack, the one with the
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian had that too.
We're gonna put a pin in that.
We're gonna put a pin in that, but we need to talk about that and how that happened.
Yeah, we need to put a pin in that, but before the
I
sun
did that,
rises,
right? I embraced him, right? You saw that, or you knew it happened.
I'm gonna pray real hard on that.
Let's pray. We're gonna pray and we're gonna think about it.
But okay, yeah, no, that's real fucked up. And thanks for throwing that grenade into my lap.
I'm
but
trying to
I love you.
Seriously, let's get
in.
this shit done, Alex.
Hey.
I don't want to sleep on this.
He's gonna turn towards Roman and he's gonna say, Roman, my man, shit got out of hand tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So look, here's the thing. You have a choice to make, and whatever choice you make is your choice, and not a person in here is going to fault you for it. But you want some explanations about some things that happened tonight, and you will get them if you decide to stay in this room. But if you decide to stay in this room, you are bought the fuck in. And once you're bought in, you're one of us. And once you're one of us, there is no going back. You can walk out of this room tonight. We can all wash our hands of this whole fucking thing. You can think, man, I'm glad I'm not a part of that fucking mess. Or you can stay in this room tonight. And you can go down this hole and see how deep it is.
Well, I like to think that I upheld my end of a decent job interview.
You looked great.
Yeah, no, kudos.
Thanks.
Kudos.
You better fucking hope that I did after what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason that we're asking this instead of just asking you to leave.
He looks over at Willow.
What? I think you did a bang-up job.
But you also need to
know.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But what I don't know is whether or not this should be my scene.
I'll add one more thing onto that before you think any further, and we discuss that, and that is this. If you stay in this room tonight, the thing that you will witness will get you killed eventually. Not because it is the wrong thing. It is not the wrong thing, but because it is something that has not been seen for a very long time, and there are those who will not tolerate it once they realize it. But we are fighting the good fight, and we will use what tools are available to us.
Fighting the good fight.
What happened tonight was a fuck up. It was a terrible goddamn decision from the beginning to the end. Every piece of it was broken. But there are things about what happened with Christian in that room that you do not yet know, that Willow does not yet know, that Cadence knows, not because I necessarily wanted her to know, but it was the right decision. Cadence, do you agree?
I don't claim to understand it, but I don't feel in my gut that it was wrong.
So I'm a Malkavian.
But it was not wrong.
I'm a Malkavian. I'm probably just talking crazy, and you can walk away and not have to be any part of this.
Bad pitch.
I know, I'm bad at that part.
May I add a positive?
Yeah, please.
What we're about to do protects us from being fucking blood bonded and mind controlled by the Baron like he's been doing to everyone fucking else.
Cadence.
Oh?
Cadence.
Roman, would you like to roll intelligence or cult?
I would.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and give that a roll. Intelligence and occult.
It's going to be at a difficulty 2. So you're going to need to make 3 successes on the roll.
Cool.
That's a real easy roll.
And critical 4.
Okay. So yeah, you know a couple things. You've heard that there's some Sabbat ritual that fits that description, and you know you're in the room with 2 Sabbat members.
You're talking about the Valkyrie.
It was our ritual first. The Sabbat took it from us. That's a fact.
Yeah, he's right.
I don't know anything about that. Look, if you can promise that what happened tonight doesn't happen again, I'm down.
I don't think that we can promise that we won't fuck up again, but we can promise that we will do everything in our power to avoid it. Sometimes things happen that you can't control. What we can control, we will do our absolute best to make sure it doesn't go like it did here.
You got to understand. I was explaining it earlier. I got no problem killing licks. I'll smash any one of your heads in before I'd smash in the head of any one of them.
Those are the first 3 mortals I've seen die since I've come together with these people.
It won't happen again.
And how long have you been here?
Over a year. And we fought. That was not bullshit. We fought my sire, who had the blood of a Methuselah in his veins, along with several packs of the Sabbat. Not a single mortal died. We don't kill mortals. It is part of our pact. It is part of the rules that we made when we came together as a gang, and I damn well mean to uphold that. Now, those 3 mortals, they've been hunting us for a while, and things got out of hand, and it didn't go down the way that we hoped that it would. But whether you believe it or not, I saved Christian tonight.
All right. I'm in.
And I'll pull out a goblet.
Yeah. So Alex pulls out this chipped obsidian goblet. And how do you perform the Vauldery?
Why? Why do we protect mortals? Why is it incumbent upon us to protect the children of Seth? We were commanded when we were made by the one that made us. We are to be the guardians of his brother's children. Now, a lot of people know that Cain had a brother, and that was, of course, Abel. But Cain had multiple brothers. The children of Seth are mortals. And what the Sabbat forgot in their zealotry is that we were commanded to protect his brother's children. That is where they have gone wrong. They have poised themselves as lords. We were never meant to be lords over the mortals. We were never meant to be their betters. We were meant to be their shepherds. We were meant to be those that guided them through that darkness. That is what they forgot. And that is what we forgot tonight. And that is what we must never forget again. It is one thing to kill one of us. But we took a solemn oath before any of us were ever even conceived that we would protect our brother's children, even when it is inconvenient to do so. Even when they hunt us, and when they hate us, and when they wear colognes that we don't like, and when they listen to music that is rubbish, we have promised to protect them. And we have been granted the power to do that. That is why our Father, our original creator, granted us these powers. to protect his brother's children against him, against us. Roll your eyes all you want, my dear. You know that I'm the religious expert among us.
Oh, I know. I can't fucking go toe-to-toe with you on philosophy.
We have a solemn duty. They are more than just livestock for us to feed upon. They are our charge. And it is our duty to protect them. And we have been granted that power to do so. And by that power, by the blood that was granted to us from the beginning of creation, we will fulfill our charge. And he will slit his wrist and pour into the cup. And he will hand it around the circle. And as it is going around the circle, he will regale you all of the tale of Seth, who I'm not going to get into since it's 10:06 tonight, but you can go look it up. But he will regale you with the tale of Seth, the younger brother to Cain, and how Cain actually did go out of his way, even in Nodist lore, went out of his way to protect Seth, and how it was the intercessors, it was the antediluvians that came in that... He is completely, by the way, Roman, giving a Sabbat message. This is 100% a Sabbat message. He is saying that the antediluvians are bad and they should be destroyed. They are horrible. He is also, though, saying that Cain himself is bad and that we are, by extension, bad. But that we can still fight the good fight. And when the cup has gone around, he will drink from it, hand it around again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those of you who have existing Vauldery ratings, we're just going to add 1 to each of them instead of going through the whole rigmarole. And Roman, you are going to gain a Vauldery rating to each of them, and I will send in our Discord what that means as far as the V5 version of it.
Oh yeah, fair.
But
Right.
when you drink from the cup, you do feel it's... I mean, you've drunken from other vampires before. It's a thing that happens from time to time. You know how that feels. This is like that, but different. It is like it's less intense, but the primary emotion that you feel is not to any one of them, but it's to all of them. You feel let in. You feel brought into a family, into a group that, might not be, happy Sunday morning family.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
But
never had that, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but a family that rolls together, a family that stands by each other, even when shit goes terrible. And it's a feeling that you've never had before, since your heart stopped beating. And it's hard not to be taken in by that feeling. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Okay.
I want to thank everyone here for playing. I want to thank everyone out there for watching. I saw there was some pretty cool chat going on, so thank you for discussing while we played. Does anyone have anything that they want to plug?
I just do my usual pitch.
Sure.
I GM stuff over at www.twitch.tv/surpriseroundrpg. We have weekly schedules, and this weekend I will be doing character creation for a game called X-Crawl. Yeah.
Really? Holy shit!
Yeah.
I love X-Crawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using
fun.
I'm going to be using the Dungeon Crawl Classics system for it, and I'm going to be kind of almost wholesale rewriting the setting.
Really interesting.
Yeah, but the general concept is the same.
Cool, I love it. X-Crawl's fantastic.
Dungeon crawling live on pay-per-view.
That book trivia was written by some of the people who ran one of my local game stores.
Oh, it was Brendan LaSalle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met him at Gen Con this
He's a
past,
cool guy, and
past
that's a
year.
cool game. I love the concept behind that. If you
Yeah.
haven't heard of
Really,
X Crawl,
so cool.
it's D&D meets pro wrestling.
Yep.
It's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Mhm.
That sounds
Anyway,
amazing.
yeah, I will absolutely be chiming in on that. I definitely
Mhm.
want to see that.
Cool.
Anybody else have anything?
As always, my commissions are open. If you all want to find MCK Does Art on Facebook, I have all of my pieces organized by type and color or black and white, all that jazz. I have my prices. Roughly 80% of the art that's been scrolling across the screen has been mine. So if you like it, maybe consider throwing me some cash. I have a baby on the way. I could use it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. James, anything?
Yeah, it turns out I do have something. I know I never do. First and foremost, I want to tell you guys, we break down sort of role players into their archetypes. You've got the various different types of players. This tonight was hands down my favorite session of this game. I love
really
that we
good.
were yelling at each other. I love that there was emotion and people were like, I was tearing up. This was baller.
Yeah, this
I'm
was
so glad that we did this tonight. As always, the Midnight World is my brother and I. It is our take on horror tabletop RPG in a world where everybody has complex post-traumatic stress disorder and anxiety and depression, and we attempt very hard to treat those mental disorders with the compassion and realism that we feel that they deserve. You can find us on Facebook at The Midnight World. At Twitter, we are at The Midnight WOR1. And of course, if you just go to Kickstarter and search The Midnight World, the Kickstarter campaign is over. However, we update every week on Wednesday. I actually just put in an update a couple hours ago to let people know where we're at. We fully funded in less than 22 hours on Kickstarter. The book will launch around fall of this year. And we are also going to be starting a Twitch channel, probably not with the frequency that Scott has, but just so that we can kind of show people what our game looks like. And our backer kit pre-order store, so that if you didn't back the campaign but are interested in our game, our backer kit pre-order store should be live next week.
Ooh,
Awesome.
nice.
Fantastic. You can also check out there. I know James was on a great number of panels at Virtual HorrorCon last year. Some of those should be available on YouTube or on their Twitch channel still. Definitely check out. I was on the Trinity Continuum Aeon game that was done for Virtual HorrorCon. I know that's up on YouTube. Definitely check that out. And
I'm trying to make Virtual HorrorCon a forever thing. Like, I'm talking to these guys like, this was so great, we need to do it every year.
Oh yeah, that was dope. I want to. I'm in every time.
Yep.
And I have something to announce. Next Thursday will be the first episode of Dungeons and Dragons Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yes.
That is when that premieres. It's going to be every other Thursday, basically on the non-Vampire Week. On Thursday. I would do it on Wednesday, but I don't want to compete with the actual Acquisitions Incorporated game, so that's just the thing. So that's going to be happening. Those episodes are kind of raw. They're pre-recorded, and we kind of had to figure out a lot of technical stuff, but you should be able to listen and watch them just fine. There's some glitches here and there, but definitely check that out. There's a really cool table. It's a really cool story. I think everyone who likes kind of like goofy corporate fantasy, cosmic horror, because that's what AC Inc. is, weirdly.
Speaking of X-Crawl.
Yeah, and speaking of X-Crawl, you should definitely check that out. I'll be in the chat while it premieres. Hopefully some of the players will be in the chat while it premieres, so you can chat us while the episode is live. I definitely, absolutely want to 100% thank all of my Patreons at Simulacra Studios, which you can check the link out. Oh, God, stupid cameras. Okay, you know what I'm talking
One
about.
of them.
It's down there at patreon.com/Simulacra Studios. You guys definitely keep the lights on here. I especially want to thank all my $5 patrons, including Miss Mo Ferrer, including Mr. James Davey. That's right, you. David Haddad, Michael Tyson, Eric Ramos, all wonderful people. I might be missing someone, but their names will be on a card at the end. But thank you so very much. If you want to support the show, the Patreon is the best way to do it. You can also subscribe to us here on Twitch or throw us bits. That would be fantastic because Twitch holds all your money until you get $100, and I just don't have any of that money yet. Fun fact. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. It was a great game tonight. Some great role play.
So good.
And we're gonna keep this train rolling next week. See you guys next week. It was fun.
Well, not next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
All right. See you later. Oh wait. Who wants to do it?
I think we should let Mo lead it tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, this entire session did pop off with me making a bad decision. So let's all get together and
make a good one.
Make a good one. So 1, 2, 3.
Fuck Nazis!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.